Welcome to Dipito. Sorry we're late, folks. How you doing, Simon?
I'm doing great. Just drying the old feet off from having my feet in the kiddie's pool because the water's warmer over there.
Yeah, man. Huh? I feel you.
Yeah. How
Boy,
how are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. I
How's
was
how's how's the how's the tech in your world?
well, guys, I stayed up the other night entirely too late trying to figure out how to stream do live streaming and also bring back the live X spaces, and I had to download voice meter and route the sound through that, and I thought everything was going to be great, and I had it working kind of, and I did a bunch of tests and had a bunch of random people coming in while I'm trying to do this. They probably were like, what the hell is this chick doing? And at the end of the day it didn't work, and so I said, all right, be done with that. So I come in this today before in the stream starting, and my my headphones, the sound was like horrible. It was like a real scratchy thing, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I've messed up my sound. So I had to completely uninstall voice meter, restart my computer, make sure everything was back the way it was, and success. It's like it never even happened. But
Oh my
the
gosh.
hours of
Oh,
time I put in, there is a stream. You'll have to look back in the StreamYard thing of me, like 4.5, 5 hours worth of this BS. Uh, but I'm learning, so there's that, and eventually I will get it. But we'll see what happens.
you know,
Uh,
no, that's good. Like, those are the things that like any type of entertainer at any level. We're content providers here. i've been
yeah,
a i've been a DJ for a very long time. Like, and when you're at a wedding, I would consider like the Dibito show
yeah,
at the same level of a wedding, right? It's like,
yeah.
okay, it doesn't have to
What's
be perfect, but
happening?
it does. And
Yes,
and
you
I
want
and
it to
I
be perfect.
cannot talk about any of the fails that are happening behind the scene, but so relatable. Like, I'm like, uh, do I miss DJing? Sure, I miss
Yeah,
DJing. Do I miss DJing a lot? Mm, you know,
not really. Well, because
yeah,
it
I can
that
go without a wedding.
the whole concept of nobody knows when something crazy is happening, only you do, really, is something that
Yeah,
I've learned, but it still gets me a little frazzled, and
it
that's why
messes
I'm
up the
drinking.
vibe.
That's why
Messing with,
mama's got
yeah,
her
that's
milk.
right. Yeah, uh-huh. Well,
That's why
yeah,
mama's
yeah,
got
you
milk.
got that. I'm doing the old. I'm doing bone broth today because
Huh?
I
Oh,
got I got to see my grandma. I haven't seen in 15 years. She had some sniffles, and I was like, I don't care. I'm not wearing no face protector shield, dude. Come here, give me a hug. I haven't seen you
give me
15
kiss.
years, and
Give me kisses, grandma.
you ain't gonna be here. You ain't gonna be here forever. So I don't. If this is what I get from you, then I will cherish this cold.
Yeah.
you know,
Oh,
as one of the. It was good though. It was good. It was a good thing. We'll talk about that another time, another place, another
yeah.
day. Um, I have a few things to say before we get started on the real reason why we are here today.
Shoot.
First, congratulations to all you Diamond Hand XRP holders out there. I'm so very proud of you. Well done. Keep on holding.
Huh?
Keep on holding the stride. You finally seen a good taste of the promised land of what it takes to be in this space, because it ain't for sissies. So
It's
congratulations to all of you very much. Secondly, to our winners. Becky, your prize shipped today. I reached out to our other winner, Gotta Be, and also Susan, waiting upon some email responses from them so I can have appropriate shipping addresses. And those actually did come from an alternative email, which is right down here from Proton. Okay, so if you see an email that came from my name and Proton, it is moi. I also left my contact info. So if you feel like you're getting hustled, send a brother a call or a text, and I will rectify the situation and bring validation to the complication.
Ah,
Anyways, trying to flow. Yeah. Trying to flow. It ain't go. So there's that too. So I think that's all the
that's all the
shenanigans
housekeeping
I got over in my way. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, there you go.
Well, I want to welcome. There's
Whoa,
29 of you
Schmo!
in here. We got
Schmo.
Edith and
Matt
Niall.
Riley. You call him out. Call him out.
Hi, family. Stone is up in this space tonight. Miss Optimistic Prime. She's going to be joining us in the second hour, giving away some butt tokens. So get ready for that. Say hello to Becky Forbes. Who else we got in here? K Buddy, our good friend K Buddy's in here. How you doing, Kelly? Megan's in here. Who else? Matt Riley. We love you, Matt. Thanks for coming. Who else? Joe Schmo. Our buddy Joe
Schmo. I was saying Joe Schmo.
Joe, we love you. We hope you're doing well. Throw is in the house. And I think, let's see. I think, TR is in here. Our beautiful TR is in here. One of our fellow protectors of the universe. We got 33 folks in here. Usually it picks up as we go along, but I want to kind of do this introduction for those of you who don't know. Tonight we have Will, who's the mastermind behind TextRP. Now, TextRP is a groundbreaking messaging app that's tailored for the XRP Ledger community. Will has a background in electronics engineering and communications, and he's developed a platform that not only consolidates private messages, but also ensures privacy through end-to-end encryption. TextRP stands out by integrating with blockchain and allows secure communications across various platforms and into the world of NFTs and even DeFi. His innovative approach has earned endorsements from key figures in the XRPL space, making TextRP a vital tool for secure integrated communications in this new Web3 era. So we are super excited. I've got a lot of questions. I forewarned him that I asked my elementary questions, and we're going to have Amanda come on in the second hour because she's actually using it. And then, of course, you are Mr. Technical and understand all of this. So
I like to punch holes in things. That's all I like to do.
Yeah, right. So let's get Will in here. Let's see here. Where is he? There he is.
All right, Will, welcome to the show.
You got to unmute yourself, though. Muted.
He's very happy to be here.
He is happy.
So excited. He can't believe he's on the best show in all of crypto.
Hey,
there's Will. All right, what's good?
I said the standards things. Happy to be here. Thanks for having me, etc. Yada yada.
Yada yada. So on and so forth.
Really, yeah. It's so cool that you mentioned all the people on the stream. I know some of them. I've actually met some of them in person. So shout out to Joe Schmo. I met him in Dallas.
Oh, nice.
So that's cool, man. So a lot of friends here on the stream as well. So appreciate it. And welcome to crypto for those who are seeing this for the first time. And by the way, and greetings from North Carolina.
Nice. Yeah, Joe says you are the real deal. If Joe says you're the real deal, then you're real. They're the real deal. Oh wait, where am I at? Stone is super excited for this tech. We can't wait. And Miss Kita's in the house too, and Niall. Welcome. Let's see. What does Niall say? He's dipping a toe into texting on the XRP Ledger. It's going to be so good. Yeah, we are so excited. And, Stone says we support you. And one of the reasons why we wanted to have you on the show, Will, is not only what you've built is really intriguing. You're kind of like a darling right now in the XRP community. It seems there's to be a lot of support for you. And we're at 44 people already, so they're starting to pile in. And they're just really excited that you built this on the XRP Ledger. And I think that's super, super, super cool. So before we start, can you tell us a little bit about your background? Because I know, I talked about a little bit, and I also know you were a military person, which I find intriguing, because a lot of the people that we've interviewed here on Dipito Show, we're finding a commonality in the fact that most of you guys are veterans. You've been in the military in some form or fashion, so we find that pretty interesting too. But tell the audience a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, thanks. It's I wonder if it's the military that makes the person, and the person that makes the military.
The person.
I would say I would say the latter is the truth. It's the latter, bro.
Yeah. But yeah, well, in the beginning, I was born in Puerto Rico, in a city called Ponce, which is in the south of the island. I kind of went around a lot when I was growing up. So I grew up in various places from there: New York City, Massachusetts, Michigan, Connecticut. From there, kind of just went straight into the military right after high school. And my background there was with telecommunications. So it was pretty interesting. My job basically consisted of going out to remote areas and setting up links, whether by radio or satellite, and providing communications assets to various units. I did that since 1998. I did that throughout my 2 deployments to Iraq, and I retired in 2007. After that, I went to school, got a degree in electronics engineering technology. Since then, I've been working for the defense industry, mainly in the area of virtual simulation trainers. Very interesting stuff.
That's interesting.
I mean, it combines a lot of technologies into one. When you're talking about simulating, rifle fires, 3D environments. When the term metaverse came up, I was years into it. I just didn't know it was called the metaverse. We call it something else.
You're like, man, I've been staying here the whole time. What are you talking about?
Yeah. So, that's kind of my background. And so I started building TextRP about 4 years ago. Hard to believe, but came about some frustrations I was having, especially being involved in the crypto space. As you know, there are many communities that are establishing themselves in various silos, such as Discord, Twitter, Telegram, etc.
Right.
So if you really want to follow everyone, you have to start downloading all these apps on your phone.
It's so much. Will.
You have to keep tabs on everything. So that was a frustration I was having. A second one I was having, because I've been in crypto since about 2017, was just a general lack of what I consider to be real utility. Oftentimes people get involved in the hype of a token or a project, and there's really nothing behind it. Are you familiar with the term vaporware?
I've heard of it, but can you tell us a little bit? I'm not exactly sure what is vaporware.
Vaporware is I also call it promiseware. Basically, it's when you get a bunch of people to buy into an idea or a project or some kind of software that's to come, right? But it never really comes out, right? There's nothing behind it. It was just you don't know what we call them, rugs in the crypto space, right?
But
I come from the software side of things, but so I saw a general lack of actual utility for tokens, other than you get to stake them and you get to earn more of those tokens. Then you get to stake those and then you get to earn those more. You know, it just seemed to me that it was just very circular. It wasn't really a hard use case for these assets, both the fungible and the non-fungible kind. And a third frustration that I was having was related to that. It's the whole raising tokens and then kind of not delivering, which is why I built TextRP from the ground up with my own funds. You know, before any issuance of tokens or assets, I had the prototype before I even came onto Twitter. Back then it was Twitter, and announced that, hey, this is the product that I have, and I was able to show people the product that at the time was a much simpler system to what we have live now. But that's one thing I can be proud to say, is that we have an app that's running right now. It's live, and it's certainly not vaporware. It's running right now. We have communities. We're onboarding users all the time, and we're finding some very interesting use cases to this. And so what TextRP is, it's a unified messaging system that's integrated with the XRPL. And what's unified messaging? Well, unified messaging is a platform that brings all services into one. And so with TextRP, you can not only do wallet to wallet communications, because your wallet address is your identity in the TextRP system, right? So when it comes to logging in, you simply connect your wallet. That's all you need to do. You don't have to give us your private information, your phone number, credit card. We don't want to know that. We even have a music video for it. But so cool. you can connect your wallet and have access to a wild range of features that are just fully fleshed out. So on most of them, on some of them we're still working out, but they're just fantastic features that you can use right now at textrp.io.
Can I stop you for a second? Sorry.
Great, because I just ended myself.
Well, sorry. Well, what pops in my head, and you know, so this is the Dip a Toe show. So we have a lot of newbies that come in, and then we have a group of experienced folks that come in and help support us and answer questions for people. But what popped in my head is, you know, you connect through your wallet. And so for a lot of folks, they're like, well, what am I going to connect through my wallet? I don't, you know, my wallet is my wallet. I don't want to do that. So can you kind of go into how this works in terms of connecting your wallet and why that is a safer option than somebody signing up, giving their personal information and that sort of thing? Can you kind of go into that a little bit?
Yeah, it's the number one reason why we selected the XRPL. It's the reason, and I'll explain why. So you may have heard of crypto scams where people just like get their wallets drained out of some malicious smart contract. Usually it's because you're signing these EVM contracts that are just giving like all this open authority for the smart contract to access your funds. With the XRP ledger, it's much more secure. You're actually signing for every transaction. So you're signing off for anything and you're not authorizing anything that you don't want authorized, right? So if there were to be an unauthorized transaction, it requires your signature for that. You can't pre-sign it. So that's one good thing about that. The second thing is why connect your wallet and why be identified just by your wallet address? Well, I would also ask, why would you identify yourself to us with your name and your email address and your phone number and possibly your credit card number? To me, that's a lot more information that I can use to if I wanted to sell that to a broker or something like that. So it's that layer of privacy that's added to you via the XRP ledger.
So the
Right.
XRP ledger, the wallet itself, say the Zaman wallet, for example, which I have been learning, teaching myself since I've started getting involved in all these different projects. And shout out to Nile and Optimistic Prime for the NFTs, and kind of pushing me to start exploring these things a little bit further. And I do notice that, yeah, you're not going to get into my wallet without me physically endorsing the transaction, saying yes, yes, this is allowed. And so even though you are connecting through your wallet, it's not just out there in the open. It's secure. It's a secure transaction that you when you enter into your app. Is that correct?
That's correct. It's and it also helps with eliminating or bringing down bots into any platform. When you require a human signature for that, then that kind of filters out more malicious players.
Simon.
Okay.
He's speechless.
So I am. That would be a first, by the way. That would be a legit first. If you got me just on pause, going,
wait, what? Say what?
You got me. Yeah. What?
Wait, what?
Okay. So my question is, in regards to you just said something there, bots. Okay. So right now I'm still doing the a beta test with the Auto Crypto Investor, and one of the things that I know that's been going on there is there are bots trying to create accounts through the server to do spam email, right? Very annoying thing, not a big deal. But if they are successful in that, the Auto Crypto Investor or any other do-gooder site can get shut down by the host of those servers. So could this be applicable to, say, signing up on an exchange? Could this be the yes, I authorize this in lieu of, say, what we have to do now when we go on to the cryptocurrency exchange, where we have to do two-factor authentication? Could this effectively replace that, be the new kid on the block that's Mo Better with the cheddar?
Yeah, you're definitely looking ahead when it comes to this, but I could see sort of like an SSO platform where you link your wallet into whatever platform and then use that wallet verification as your SSO. Sort of like if you were, how ubiquitous it is to have the Google sign-in on so many websites.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Something similar to that.
Right. Nice.
But
I like
that is going a little bit of beyond what TextRP does at the moment. But yeah, we do definitely apply that concept to the identity management of our platform.
That's cool.
So basically, this is going to allow you to consolidate your messages from, say, Discord, WhatsApp, X, Telegram, Slack, all those types of messaging. So are you then somehow giving those apps permission to open up within the TextRP app then?
So what happens in that case is you yourself are giving the app permission to bridge over to TextRP.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And it depends on the platform, the method of how it's done, because it is dependent on how, for example, the Twitter login process is different from the Discord process. And then actively right now on TextRP, we do have active the Discord bridge and the X bridge. And those will bridge in messages from those respective platforms onto TextRP, so you can have that one consolidated inbox. On top, of course, the internal wallet-to-wallet chat features that are available right now on TextRP.
I have a question.
Dude, we could go ahead.
Sorry. What's that question? So
we're gonna start Rochambeauing on this show for that. We're literally gonna Rochambeau from now on. Go ahead, Melissa,
in my elementary mind, when I'm thinking about all this technology that I'm starting to learn how to use, so like how I give permission to StreamYard or these other things to actually open up or log in to whatever, like through one area. It's kind of the same concept, correct?
Same concept, yes.
So then my next question is, what kind of steps did you have to go through to be allowed? Because I would think that like a platform like X or Discord, they're not going to just let anybody kind of attach, like have a gateway in through their app without the normal login. So did you have to jump through some hoops in order to be allowed to do that?
It does depend on the platform. Some platforms are pretty open with how you can submit the permission into it. The others require a little bit of jumping through hoops. So it does depend on the platform. Mm-hmm. I think that pretty much, for example, we're working on the WhatsApp bridge, and I find that to be pretty easy, as far as, really? Onboarding that. The Discord one at the moment is a little technical, but we're actually working on just using the Discord QR code for login. So it just depends on the platform on how you onboard and bridge over into it. But for the most part, most platforms do provide some access to that. And then, of course, each platform does have its limitations. For example, with Discord, you can bridge in not only your DMs from Discord, but also select channels and select spaces. So kind of serves like a way to filter out. I don't know if how your Discord looks lately, but it might look a little cluttered. But maybe you don't need to really tap into each one of those channels all the time. Maybe just one or two from select communities.
Yes,
you can
yes, please.
Very select now, man. There's very select now.
I have to tell you guys, I have so many friends on so many different platforms. In fact, Lady K was talking about it, and she's like a one platform woman, because I mean, the busier that we get and we're teaching ourselves, we're doing all these things, and we're networking like crazy, right? And there's all these different these places where everybody has a different platform that they really like and that they really use, and then they want you to come over, and it's a time thing where having something like TextRP to be able to pull in those specific rooms within a Discord or whatever, and only get those, that would be incredibly helpful for me. I know, just to be able to manage it and not make someone feel like I'm just ignoring them,
right?
But what I did want to ask you when it comes to that, so like, say I incorporate my X messages or my my Discord. There's a couple different Discords that I'm part of. If I get a message, so I assume like there's the category, the rooms, and then there's the private messages that you get in Discord. If you look at them and read them from within TextRP, if I were to go back into those platforms, would they show as being read or not?
I think that is a configuration that we can look at switching on or off. I think currently there is some, like, for example,
consider it.
Yeah.
Consider it, please.
Yeah. Consider it having said that it was read.
Yeah, like, because if you're super busy, right, and you look at it in TextRP, and then you're just looking at your app and you got all these messages that look all unread, it would be nice to know that they were already read so that you don't have to go back in there.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying, and I'm pretty sure that right now default is that it does. I know for a fact that if you do the typing, the typing notification, if the other person's typing on the other side, that will sync up. Right? Yeah, that will sync up.
Wow.
And and so I don't know. So I'm thinking, don't get me, don't pin me to this, but that's a great question. Like, I very rarely get stumped on TextRP.
I do. Hey, leave it to me. Leave it to Melissa.
YouTube show right there.
This is
That's great. That's a great question. So I'll get back to you on that, but I'm pretty sure that it does already do that. It's called puppeting or double puppeting, basically. And it's just a technical term, but basically it does, whatever you do on one platform will reflect on the other.
It doesn't, right, exactly. That's no different than like in a roundabout way, you got your phone, you check an email, you go to your PC, you check the same email account, right? The account is the account. What activity happens at one point directly affects that account because that's what you're addressing on the back end. So that makes sense. But still,
I'm like 80% sure that
80. We got 80% over here. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Will's got 80% on it. 80%. I love
but
that.
Even if it's not, it's something to think about and see if it can happen. If it can't happen now, maybe it can in the future.
Yeah,
I'm finding this. I'm finding this like super interesting. Here it is. Right. The decentralized keeps everything decentralized, and then we centralize a few things, but it's still decentralized on the way out. It's like a bottleneck. It's very interesting.
Yeah, we do merge Web 2 and Web 3 a whole lot, and that's what's really exciting about TextRP. But
that's a good
I cannot wait to show you. I do have some demos if you want to see. I can show you what some communities have been doing, and it's just amazing because I can't come up with these use cases. People come up with them themselves. So it's a very open platform that allows for communities and individuals to just get creative with what they want to do and how they want to layer the XRPL with basically anything they do. Now, right now we don't have too many widgets or what we call taps, and these are just embedded mini apps within the chat environment. But we can talk about that as we progress along.
I do have a question as far as using the XRPL wallet address as your username. So is that like the entire long string, your that address, that's your username? And then my question is, if I do this, if I incorporate this in, because I'm gonna beta test this out, I'm gonna figure out how to do this. Would the people in, say, Discord or these other that I'm actually communicating back and forth with, when they see the message returned from me, are they going to just see it as world be free still as I am in Discord, right?
Yes.
They're not going to see my wallet address, but yet if I were to communicate wallet to wallet, say, and as we get into the conversation a little further as far as NFTs and that sort of thing, where you can actually communicate wallet to wallet with one another, then they would see my wallet address, right? Because then they're okay. So see, I'm starting to understand.
No, you get it.
Huh? I'm getting there. I'm trying. Let's see. Somebody, I don't know what this means. There's also a protocol my dad is doing right now by Laura. Can't remember her last name now. Called the Ropeworm Protocol Bible. That's
for health reasons.
That's about the health. Yeah, everybody needs a
that's a different kind of XRPL.
Well, Peaky Blinder, yeah. Sorry about that. I thought he was talking about a protocol.
Stone had a comment to Niall talking about. Let's see. Let me go up here. Let's see if I can find it. Right here it is. Right here. Stowe says you can have business meetings or a poker game with a live concert with Niles at IMU TV. How, just at a small level, how can that happen? Would that be kind of like a, for the lack of a better example, a 6-way call on like a FaceTime, if you will, something like that?
That's interesting.
Yes.
Okay, so you can play back and forth. Okay, now, but so going a step further, these are just my questions because Stone's talking about poker, right? So then, are you able to digitally play said poker?
That is correct. And you know what? They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. I'd be happy to show you a
Let's
demonstration.
show me the table, my brother,
Let's
because
go.
I know there is someone in this chat who I will not sit at a poker table with and play against them. However, I will sit there with them and say, here's your beverage and here's your meal.
Right.
Yeah, this
Okay,
sounds
well,
very interesting.
what I'll do is before I show the poker room, I'll show you first a couple things. Just let me know when you can see this.
I'm going to
I'll
add
let
that
you
to the
handle it.
stage.
Thank
There
you,
we
Simon.
go. And then let's go ahead and make it big as well. There we go. Okay, go ahead, Will.
Okay, so right here, this is one of the meme communities. As you know, in the XRPL, the meme coins are exploding thanks to services like First Ledger and others that are coming up very soon. So here we have what's called the Fin token. And this community has created a public space on TextRP. And they've embedded, I've noticed that they've actually embedded their ticker from X Magnetic onto the public space here. So they invite the community to come here. They can have a chat. They can have, and not only that, but you know that there are imposter tokens out there now, right?
Right.
So if you go to the official Fin community, you know that this all ties in to their official ticker, and then you can also pull up room info and see the people there. And as you can see, they're
that's awesome.
Now,
yeah, that's great.
You do have the option of selecting a display name. So yes, your username is your wallet address, but you do have a display name that shows up there that you can select.
Okay.
So so out of these people, you can, verify these individuals. They are recognized by their wallet address. You can even go one-on-one and do a private message with them.
Nice.
All right. So let's go to another one. And this one right here is said poker table. So this one is a public room that I set up for the Stones Thursday night poker. And so that's going to be tomorrow. So if you're listening, you want to join in on the fun, just follow Stone XRPL, and I believe it's Stone __ XRPL, and on X, and he'll probably post a link to the games very soon. So here is a public space on TextRP that contains here the poker table, and of course this is Rock and Rolla. It's embedded here. This one's powered by Casino Coin. From here, you can join tables and play along. And also, want to show you a little bit of alpha. I know you guys had Niall the other day from IMU TV. You know that they are expanding their output of where they deliver their services, their channels, and their music. And TextRP is another way in which IMU TV can deliver that for you. So you can basically just pull up an IMU TV widget, and this is actually a demonstration. So this is a test widget. A future version would be better fleshed out, but yeah, here we go. We have the IMU chat playing right there. So here tomorrow, and hopefully in future Thursday night pokers, you'll be able to come to this space and enjoy a game, listen to the music, chat with some friends, and just have a good time.
That's fantastic.
I
need to do that for Dip a Toe. Well, Dip a Toe is part of IMU TV, so we're excited about that.
Let's say you had a private wager with someone on this game, right? I'm not saying that there are, but let's say you do have a private wager with someone on the game. and you end up having to pay this individual some XRP, right? Well, you don't have to leave the app to do that either. Remember, this is a unified messaging platform that's been integrated with the XRPL. If you owe your friend a little XRP, you can just hit this XRP widget right here. And then you can just simply select which one of your friends you owe that money to.
That's awesome.
You can input the XRP.
Here, hold on, let me put in my address. Here, let me send you my address. Hold on. If you're gonna do a live,
not in the room.
I'll get. Send me the link. I'll sign up real quick. Just hold on.
All right. Well, whoever wants to send Stone 10 TextRP can scan that QR code right now.
That's cool.
All right, and so right there, you can send away. You can send your losses to the winner. So that's another feature that we have with TextRP. So it's all these features, and we can show you more and more. But I just want to kind of just go over that, and then just finally the easiest way. And if you want, I love demoing this part because see, we have this thing on the app called deep links, right? And so remember, your wallet address is your identity on TextRP. That means that every wallet address on the XRP ledger is an account on TextRP. That means that you can message any wallet on the XRP ledger, right?
Which is awesome.
And so this particular NFT marketplace called Opulence X, they were the first NFT marketplace to harness our technology. So if you go to any of their NFT collections, and I'm just going to select a random NFT here, you can see that where they have actually integrated TextRP into their website. Let's see. I think these are to mint. Okay, yeah, there we go. If you see here on the right, there's a button that says contact NFT owner.
NFT owner.
Right.
So can I pause you? So if I go into one and I see contact NFT owner, chances are they're connected through TextXRP or TextRP then, correct?
Well, I can tell you how you can tell of whether or not. Okay. So let's say you see this price and you want to put an offer that, let's say they're charging too much. You feel like maybe if you are able to communicate with this owner, you are able to maybe negotiate a better deal or whatever reason you need to communicate with this individual, right? So you would click this button, contact NFT owner. And what that does, it opens up a chat interface between your wallet and that wallet.
Nice.
And hopefully I'll have a fast enough connection in which this will load properly. It looks like
look, man, the majority of your resources went to what was arguably a very awesome and fantastic application and network here on the XRPO. So if we have to wait for a little bit less bandwidth, then brother man, that's just what we have to do.
Well, StreamYard takes up a lot of resources too. Stone wants you to put that QR code back up, and and Cryptic Cyberworld said, "Let's get it. This is super cool."
Okay, so here we go. This person actually is on TextRP, and he goes by the name Johnny.
Yo, Johnny.
So simple as that. I can simply just hit message user and I'm chatting away with him.
Nice.
That's awesome. So
let's just go ahead. What if if the person is never onboarded before, we're able to. I'm sorry to cut you off. I just wanted to.
No, you're good, bro. Good. Keep going. Keep going.
That's how we roll on Dip-a-Toe. It's all good.
I've had a lot of cheer wine today. If you're from the South, you get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if the wallet is not onboarded onto TextRP, we have a system called ledger relay messaging, and basically it's an algorithm that will send out from our system wallet a microtransaction to that wallet with a notification that they have a message waiting for them. It's not going to be the message itself that remains secure. So basically, it's a microtransaction with the notification on the memo field, and the notification basically tells them to that for them to view the message, they need to come into TextRP.io, which is a great way to keep onboarding more and more users. As you see, I had no idea. I was thinking that we were going to have to send it out through the blockchain, but turns out that Johnny's already onboarded. So whoever you are, Johnny, thank you. And I just wanted to wrap it up by saying, yes, and a shout out, big shout out to Opulence X for their innovation, for their support. All right. So they were the first NFT marketplace to integrate this button. For all the others, we've contacted them, and there's various levels to their interest in doing this. However, we're not going to wait for you to be able to enjoy this kind of seamless communication. So what we have is we have right now a browser extension that's available from the Chrome Web Store. So if you go to the Chrome Web Store and you input XRP Wallet Messenger, you'll get this browser extension. You can add it to your browser, whether it's Chrome, Brave, Edge, Firefox, Opera, I think. So about 5 and maybe 1 or 2 others. Most modern browsers, you're able to install this extension from the Chrome Web Store. And when you install it, it's very simple. It does absolutely really not much at all. But what it does, it gives you this power to go to any XRP NFT marketplace. And not just any NFT marketplace. You can go to any Explorer, any XRPL game website, or basically anywhere where there's an XRP wallet address. And I'm just going to select the first NFT I see. And what we can do here is, with this extension installed in your browser, you can go to any wallet address, such as this one. I have the owner wallet address. I can right click it, and it gives me the option to message that XRP wallet.
That's
so by
cool.
clicking there, it opens up the that wallet to wallet chat interface with that wallet.
Wow. Question.
That's fire, bro.
Question. So are people paying to be able to use this? Say they installed this this browser extension. They would have to have the TextRP or the text tokens or M credits or whatever to be able to use this functionality. Yes or no?
Everyone who signs up for the first time, who connects their wallet for the first time, will get 10 free M credits on their account. Okay. So an M credit is what we use within our app to basically run the app. So you consume M credits as you use the app in sending, whether it's sending text messages, sending through bridges, or starting a voice call or a video call. And so I'm trying to bring this up here. So you do, and come on, there we go. I just
didn't want to bring go off in it, but at some point we'll definitely talk about
it's a great question. It's a great question. All right, so as you see here, you have your M credits, right? So everyone gets 10 free M credits. 10 free M credits are good for it's up to like 200 messages. So it's a plenty to get in there and have a chat with plenty of people. If you want to purchase any additional M credits, you can do so by going to your profile, selecting buy credits, and you can purchase credit bundles. So our lowest price one is the 50 credit bundle. That is good for, I believe it's something like 1,000 messages. All right, so that's not a bad deal to get 1,000 messages, and it's only for $3 USD, which translates to what, like 1 XRP now?
1 XRP.
Excellent.
Woo!
Yes, look at that. So for 1 XRP, you can get 50 credits. But
Nice.
this is you can cross that bridge when you get there. I really want people to connect their wallet to TextRP, use it. You have 10 free M credits for you. And if you want to use them, a great time to use them is now for tomorrow's poker game, Poker Night with Stone. Yeah, connect your wallet and follow Stone_XRPL, and pay attention for that link. In fact, you should probably hit that notification bell too on it.
Yeah. Question. So like, say I'm going to do the poker thing. It's gonna cost me one credit to like enter into that, and then every time I communicate, is it going to cost me a token, or is how does that work?
Okay, well, we don't have the token integrated just yet. So the way it works is it consumes 0.02 credits per message that you send. That's why 10 credits is plenty of messages right there. You're not burning 1 credit per message. Some services within TextRP will consume more credits. And we do that for various reasons, mainly for the infrastructure cost. So the bridges consume 0.3 credits per message. Whenever you send out a message to a non-onboarded wallet, that actually consumes 2 credits. And we do that to eliminate spam, because we don't want to have this platform be used for that. And so what we do is we make it costly, so that if you are trying to spam the ledger, it's not cost effective here.
I'm not gonna let you do it. That makes sense. Had to shut my window. Sorry, I'm freezing. So now here's the question of the day for those that are not familiar with this type of concept whatsoever. A lot of people are like, well, all this other stuff is free, right? So why am I going to pay to have to communicate when I can do it for free? Mm-hmm. And I kind of know the answer, but what would you say to that if someone says like, hey, I can communicate all day long for free without having to buy credits? Why would I go backwards? Because, back in the day, like, I'm old enough to remember long distance phone calls and having to buy expensive packages with my cell phone. So many text messages are included. And then after that, it costs this much money. Now everything is unlimited in one price and it's free. Why would I want to go backwards with this?
All right. Well, I think I have I have 3 answers for you. I'm just writing it down on my whiteboard here. Okay. So
you want to show your whiteboard or no?
No, it's fine. It's just a whiteboard. It's just a mess. It's chicken scratch, really.
Yeah, I got 3 of those.
But it's a great question. It's a great question because the answer, the most obvious answer is the one that everyone says. It's so cliche, everyone knows it, but there's still a big but attached to it, right? And that answer is, well, if you're, what's the phrase? If it's free, you're the product, right?
Yes.
And that goes to the whole, oh, look, my hand's cut off. Anyway. But that goes to the whole, okay, yeah. The reason it's free on other platforms is because, they're actually taking that data and selling it in some way or leveraging it in some way. Yep. And so actually I wrote that I wrote a little squiggle on my other whiteboard here about the contrast. So yeah, there's that obvious answer that everyone knows, but nobody cares about really, right?
Yeah.
Because it's still free.
Yeah.
The second way I want to address it is if you're involved with AI in any way, you may notice that there is a business model forming out there in the form of credits. And so that's a way to sort of throttle the system a little bit. And it's just a different business model. So I want you to just take note of that. I'm not using that as the reason for that. It's just I happen to notice that seems to be a trend as well. And the third reason is really what's kind of exciting is because this came about. Clearly this question has been posed to me many times. Why would someone pay for sort of for chat? And so that makes sense. It's a very sensible question. I would ask that myself, which is why I put so much value into it in the form of being able to bridge so much, and there's an added value to it. But on top of that is you need an incentive, right? People need an incentive for this, and this plan for incentivizing use of TextRP came about a lot of this feedback, especially leading up to Apex of last year, where I spoke with practically everyone there and got a lot of feedback. And so rolling into present day is why I now have this tokenization plan, right? And this tokenization architecture that's getting integrated into TextRP is the incentive that we're going to build for using TextRP. So that's where the TXT token comes in, right? The TXT token is not just a utility token, but serves as the reward token for TextRP. TXT is going to have utility from day one. I showed you on the demonstration where you can purchase tokens, right? Almost on, I want to say day one, but very close, at least within the same week or so. My devs are promising me. We're going to have TXT token integrated as a payment option on TextRP. And if you use the TXT token, you actually earn an extra 10% M credits, right? So it benefits you to pay with TXT token as opposed to XRP or maybe a stable coin or other tokens. So that's utility from day one, but that's not the only utility. I really want this token to be the most utility packed token on the XRP ledger. So on top of having utility from day one, now remember that goes back to what I was saying from the beginning. I'm not a fan of vaporware. I'm not a fan of being in a project that or not being a project, but seeing a project promise this and promise that, especially when it comes to tokens. So on day one, I have utility for TextRP, which is using it as a payment option on TextRP for M credits. And also we have additional utility. We are building a widget within TextRP that serves as a P2P NFT trading widget. So basically, it's a dynamic, decentralized NFT marketplace. And when you pull it up, it will represent to you all the NFTs of all the participants in that particular chat room, with all the options that you would need to conduct NFT trades, such as transferring, making offers for sell and for buys. And you can do that all within the chat environment. We are going to charge the lowest fee on the space, which is a 1% trading fee. But if you use the TXT token, it'll be at a 0.75% trading fee. So you get a discount if you use the TXT token. That's another utility for the TXT token. Another utility that we are working on is to incorporate the TXT token in our upcoming merch store. So you'll be able to purchase merchandise that is branded to us and maybe our partners as well. and you'll be able to use the TXT token to purchase that. We will also accept TXT tokens as payments if you are a project, an existing project, and you want to have a widget that is embedded into our chat interface, whether it's an existing project or you have an idea. We can and are happy to look at developing it for you. And we're happy to accept the TXT token as payment as well. We're going to, this is also alpha, by the way. But yeah, we are working with the Opulence X NFT marketplace, which is not just an NFT marketplace, but a full DeFi platform on their upcoming yield farming platform. So with their yield farming, you'll be able to lock up TXT tokens on AMM liquidity pools and earn yield on those lockups. We also have another utility for that token is in governance. So governance meaning that holders of the TXT token will be able to vote on future AMM liquidity pairs, as well as any charity, any of our annual charity donations. They'll have a chance to vote on where that goes. So that's another utility for the TXT token. I think that's all the utilities, but time will tell what else we can come up with.
I have to say, I just want to say, I am super honored and stoked that you came on the Dip a Toe show, because this is going to be huge. What you're building, what you've built, is something special and something really necessary. I haven't heard of any other project that's built anything like this. And hey kids, you heard it here first on the YouTubes, because I don't know if anybody else has covered you, and if they have, we're still in the running for being amongst the bottom level, early folks to talk to Will at TextRP. This is incredible. There are some questions in the chat, but we'll get to those. Sorry, Simon.
That's all right. I just sit here and eat delicious cookies.
I was laughing at you because I'm like, no, he is not just eating an XRP.
Oh yeah, I do. This is. I'll share you why I'm actually doing this.
Huh?
Why I'm eating this cookie right now, because I wanted to see how long it would last since I've had the cookie, to see if it's still quality. It's quality, dude. I can't put it down. But I'll go into that later. Okay, so all you Dip-a-Toers out there, you actually need to rewind this episode right here, right now, and go back to when Will is talking about the utility. And I want you to really pay all my IBCers out there, all my infinite banking concept enthusiasts, pay attention to what Will's talking about, because you know me, I'm all about discount redirect, right? If Will is saying we're going to give you 10% off such and such, or this and that, that means you could take that discount that they're giving you, and Will's saying, hey, over here on this platform, this sounds like they're coming up. You'll be able to do an AMM and lock that up and get a reward. So wait a minute. We're taking the thing that we need more of, taking a little bit of that, putting that, locking it away to provide liquidity to that platform. And then we get a little bit back for me to use at a later date. Whoa, that sounds like a no more out of my pocket kind of deal to be able to use this very, very awesome, I would say platform, but it's way bigger than that. Network. I consider this a network because we're doing multiple things on platform/network. Network XRPL, but it's its own network within its own ledger, etc. My friends, if you're going to even think about saying, well, it costs something, dude, he just gave you the play of how it might cost today, like any good investment does, and tomorrow it literally can pay for itself. I hope you guys caught that. If you didn't catch that, rewind this from when I started eating the cookie and go back a little bit, probably about 10 minutes, maybe 15. Will, this is fantastic, man. This is absolutely fantastic what you have here. Fantastic.
Thank you.
I would put this, as far as our show goes, I would put this in the category of Patrick Riley, Greg Pruitt, and friends that have come on the show. It's that caliber, that future thinking,
gems, and more gems.
That's right, gems and more gems.
Thank you. I don't like to discuss strategy as far as financial strategy goes when it comes to the token. I do focus on the utility of the token, but I will say that there is a lot that you can read if you know how to read through between the lines in the white paper. There are opportunities there that present themselves. But yeah, and that goes into the whole like reward system, how we are going to reward users for using the app. So I know we didn't really go into it too much as far as the distribution of the token, but the token is going to be distributed first as an airdrop to launch pack holders, and we can probably talk about launch packs as well.
We definitely want to
but yeah, Melissa, I'll let you guide the next phase of this conversation.
All right. So before we go on, Amanda will be coming in here pretty soon, and she's been using it, and I know she'll have some questions. But there is a question in here. So XRP key blinder wants to know: will this only work on a computer? Using an iPhone, might this be a problem? And so this person's very excited to use this. However, Optimistic said the phones were harder to use. He's trying it. He or she is trying it and says it's not working. Once he signed through the Zaman, it gave him a missing cookie session error. And they're just not techie. So I'm sure it's something that can be worked out. For someone like this that's excited to use it, first of all, can you answer that question? And second of all, where would you direct them to get a hold of it, hold of someone that could maybe walk them through it so that they can participate?
So we do have a few known issues when it comes to mobile phones. Now we would love to have an iPhone native app. However, because of our in-chat payments and other crypto features, Apple does not really like that a whole lot. It basically it bypasses their 30% tax.
I see you. I feel you.
So there's that.
Hey, just keep it real. Just keep it real. I like that, man.
Yeah.
Is there a way? Is there a way? Like I know some other type of apps.
But I can address it. So right now, TextRP is available best on desktop. Can you use it on mobile? Absolutely. You can go to your browser and use it. We do know that there are some people that have issues with after they sign their Zaman wallet, and that mostly has to do with the default browser that you have in your settings. So if you are, for example, using Brave browser, but you're on iPhone and iPhone has Safari set as the default browser, basically what's happening is your Zaman wallet is redirecting back to your default browser, and your default browser is going, I don't know any of this, because you started the session on a different browser. So the usual fix is to go to your settings and make sure that your default browser is set to the browser that you tend to use the most. So that tends to clear about 80% of issues. And then we are getting some tickets about any remaining type of issues when it comes to that. You can download the app itself, the web app, as to your home screen. There's an ability to do that. I do it on my phone.
Yeah.
And so that's how we get it on your phones at the moment. With further development, we are going to knock out all those issues. It just requires growth. And that's when I always remind people, if you remember back in 2000, was it 7, when the first iPhone
Darn it.
came out, videos did not have an app store. And about the most interesting thing it had was a compass. But look at where it is now.
Look where we are today, kids. Right? Look at how far we've come, guys.
And so with TextRP, we don't wait for perfection. We want to just execute and produce, right? And just perform and put it out there. And so my ethos was to just get something out there, get a community behind it. And then I'll be going to XRP Vegas and doing a little bit of networking there.
We'll see you there, buddy.
Yeah, I can't wait. But yeah, so we'll have various connections that we're working on right now as well. Looking for further investments into our project, not just into our project overall, but if there are individuals or other companies that wish to have their services delivered as widgets on TextRP, they can come to us. We are available on X at TextRP SMS is our Twitter handle. You can go to txt.textrp.io. And we have further links there. From there, you can set your trust line for the upcoming airdrop. And we can talk about that if you have the questions on it. But yeah, we have an upcoming airdrop. The snapshot for launch pack holders is going to be January 20th.
Nice. So one thing before we get to the launch packs, because I do want to hear you talk about the launch packs so people understand what's happening. I highly advise you guys to go to the, txt.textrp.io. Right behind him. Go there, look at the web page, because it's going to have all the information, and you can kind of look at it as we're talking about this during the show. You'll be able to see a little visual there of what these launch packs are and all of that. One thing that I picked up on, and I have a feeling that that's been my problem as far as the browser. So Tipper, there's the whole Tipper faucet thing that people use frequently now to get their drops, and that mine never works. And I'm wondering if it is because, like you said about the browser, whatever my default browser is on my phone, perhaps it's taking me out. And so when I'm signing, I'm in one thing and then it goes to another. So maybe that's where the disconnect is happening. So thank you for pointing that out, and hopefully that'll solve my problem. And this XRP Peaky Blinder, I would say just reach out to Will directly, because they want to use their phone and they're having issues. But you can do it from a computer, but I realize a lot of people want to use. Oh, and Stone said he can help you with that too. So all good on that, guys. So Will, launch packs. So we've been talking about the app and all of these features, and we have to remind everybody that we're on the ground floor. We're so early, just like all of us in the crypto digital asset space. We're all so really early, right? What is the benefit of purchasing these launch packs that you just reminded? Optimistic Prime is here, guys. Say hello, Amanda.
I expected to be in the back office, so I was like, oh, wait, I'm here. So yeah, hey, I'm so excited. I didn't want to come on because I was listening, and there was that issue with Peaky. And Peaky said that he doesn't have a computer, so that was the issue. And that he said he tried every single platform, like all of the different browsers, and it still said error. So yeah, he seems very excited. So I just wanted to make sure that he got that sorted.
Yep.
Yeah, please reach out to us, and we're happy to help you, and definitely want that feedback.
So people that watched it, but we got 92 of you in here. Please, you guys, this is one thing that I want to beg, please. There's 92 of you guys out there. We're gonna do some giveaways here in this second hour. We're gonna give some butt tokens away. So that's gonna be really fun. We are almost at 500 followers, subscribers on YouTube. Our goal for by the end of this month is to get to that 500 mark. Please, if you're watching on X or Rumble or Facebook, please go to our YouTube channel and hit subscribe on the YouTube. It would really help us out a lot. And follow our page on X, our @Dipato Show page. Hoping to get up to like 400. I think we got a couple hundred followers on there. We're slowly growing, but it would help us out a lot. And it's free to do that. Like, just hit that subscribe button, because we have a lot of cool people. Look at how awesome we're bringing you early projects that are coming in for you to dip your toe into. And the shows are only going to get bigger and better. And you can say you were there when, right? So little housekeeping there. And so now I would like for Will to tell us a little bit about these launch packs and what an incredible opportunity it is for people that might be interested in getting involved in TextRP.
Yeah, so launch packs go back to my ethos of bringing utility to, real utility to the ledger. So right now, TextRP is live. Anyone can connect their wallet and use their services right now. It is live. You can use all the basic services such as sending and receiving messages and emojis and just everything you would expect from messages. For our premium features such as bridges and video calls and phone calls, you're going to we require that you hold a specific NFT. And we call these NFTs feature packs. So you can basically customize your experience in TextRP depending on which feature packs you decide to hold, right? So feature packs are sort of like these little plug-in modules that you can put into your messaging experience, and you can customize it. When you're done with a feature, you can get rid of it. You can sell it on the market. We're actually going to institute a burn mechanism where if you burn it, we'll actually credit you with more M credits. But these are like little keys that open up different features, and that's how you customize your experience. Of course, you don't need these feature packs right away if you just want to use TextRP for basic services like wallet-to-wallet chat. However, if you hold a Launchpack NFT, that's like holding the master key. That's holding the key that opens up all the features, right? So you have the master key in your hands. Well, this Launchpack NFT does more than just open up all the premium features. It's also how we're distributing our digital assets. These feature packs that we have, currently we have two out there in the wild. We have the Discord Bridge NFT and the X Bridge NFT. Right. So the way we distribute these is we airdrop them to our Launchpack NFT holders. The Launchpack NFT holders don't necessarily need these feature packs because they hold the master key to all the features. Our intent is that if you hold a Launchpack NFT and we airdrop you a feature pack NFT, that you become a reseller of these NFTs. So we give you that extra benefit of giving you license to resell these feature packs ahead of time from us when we go public with those feature packs. So you get to be a reseller. That's another benefit of having this Launchpack NFT. The other
so if I have a feature pack and I get the airdrop, I'm not going to lose access to all the things by selling, because I'm going to sell the airdropped one. Yes,
you're going to want to hold the Launchpack. The Launchpack is the master key.
Master key. Right. So I would just be selling the feature packs that get airdropped to me.
Correct.
That's awesome. Okay, I got you.
Now, in the future, we are going to institute a burn mechanism, so you'll have the choice. You can either sell them on the secondary market, or you can burn them to receive additional M credits.
Wow.
And I prefer Opulence because the other one, I forget where you sent us, but one you spin and you get a random one. And then on Opulence, you can pick which one you want. So, and like, there's like difference between gold and silver and diamond, and you can pick which one you want.
That's right. That's right. The Opulence launch, we do have two versions, two editions of the launch packs. Thank you, Amanda, for bringing that up. We have the Legacy edition, and the Opulence edition. Both of them are identical on the TextRP platform in the sense that they both serve as master keys. They both are part of this airdrop, this distribution of feature packs, and both are also eligible for the upcoming TXT token airdrop. So we're actually going to have our initial airdrop to TXT, to launch pack NFT holders. The snapshot's going to be on January 20th. So if you want to be part of the airdrop, you need to have a launch pack in your wallet by January 20th. And so those two editions are available. The Legacy edition is available at XMart, where you can spin for a random one. You can also purchase an Opulence edition from the Opulence X NFT marketplace. The only difference between the two is that the Opulence edition are stakeable on the Opulence platform. So you can earn the Opulence token by staking that NFT in that platform.
Oh, okay.
I did not know that.
And
are they still 5 XRP more, right? They're 5 XRP more if you don't do the spin?
Yeah. So the Legacy edition on XMart is 50 XRP to mint. I know that the floor price is much higher. And the Opulence edition are 55 to purchase.
Yeah, like, because he's going to burn them all at the end of this whole saga. So you won't be able to buy launch packs in the end. And so, if you're really savvy and you have some XRP to use up right now, you could buy a few launch packs. And then when they're all sold out or burned, you could actually sell them. So that's like an option for, the techie savvy, business savvy people too.
Yeah, we recently lowered the minting price on the launch pack. So we dropped it from 200 XRP because that was back when XRP was around, anywhere between 40 and 50 cents. They were at 200 XRP. So we lowered that to 50. And the Opulence edition was 222 XRP. We lowered that to 55 XRP.
Wow. What's popping in my head. So again, there's a cost to doing this. But I'm thinking about, like, looking at my notes and what jumped out at me: designed for community and enterprise use, interoperability and scalability. Why would an enterprise or a large community be interested in using this? I mean, I know the answer already, but I just want to hear it from you. What makes this attractive for an enterprise to use this TextXRP? And why would they be an entity that would want to buy some of these launch packs?
Well, I can answer that question by telling you about my week. So on Tuesday, we had a team meeting on TextRP. We had a teleconference call. Within that same chat environment, I was able to share links to other resources. And I opened up a widget with a whiteboard in which, as part of the team training, we had a word association exercise. Are you familiar with that team exercise where you basically have a central theme on a whiteboard and everyone inputs, some word association to that?
Yeah.
So we were performing that word association exercise, and we were doing it right there on TextRP. I put up the whiteboard, and everyone was able to share their input in that same networked, synchronized whiteboard. So we were able to have our meeting in a very productive manner right there in TextRP. I can also, I did have a meeting with an individual. This was a deal that didn't go through, but we were having a meeting, and had the deal gone through, I would have simply hit that XRP trading XRP widget and would have sent that individual payment right then and there. In fact, um, for paying my teammates, my team members, whenever I have to do any remittance, I just pull them up on TextRP. I go, hey, good job this week, and submit payment right then and there. No need to exit the app to do that. So personally, I've found it very useful to me, and so that has helped me with my productivity. And, that is of tremendous value to me as someone who is running a project that involves multiple angles. And so that's very useful to me. For communities, as you saw from the demonstration that I showed you, I see communities are coming on board to TextRP. They're setting up little entertainment channels, information channels, you name it. I don't get involved in what people set up. It's an open system, right? And in any of these encrypted communications, I don't even know what's going on. Even if I wanted to, this is end-to-end encryption, so I don't hold keys. And so I just like that the community is coming more and more together. So tomorrow there's going to be a group of, XRPL, enthusiasts, blockchain experts, project leaders that are getting together for this poker night tomorrow. So if you're interested, by the way, follow on X, follow Stone_XRPL. He'll be posting a link to the room. But however, if you go to textrp.io right now and just hit the search bar and hit, I believe it's called Thursday Night Poker with Stone, you'll likely find it. It's a public room, but we'll be posting it. Well, Stone will be posting it. I'll repost it if I see it, if I see him post it. But there'll be a link to that. We're happy to onboard communities. I think what we'll probably do is we'll run a promotion where we will increase the bonus number of M credits for people who connect their wallet for their first time. We'll just double it. We'll double it to 20 M credits for new wallets during that time period. Ooh. So if you're interested in taking advantage of that,
let's go.
Follow Stone_XRPL. And while you're there, let him know that he heard it here from Dip-a-Toe.
Yeah, follow Dip-a-Toe show, but while you're at it, there on the XRP.
I expect that your community's already doing that. So, but if you
we'll see what happens. How about while we're still chatting, how about we try to do our first ever giveaway and see if we can get her done. What do you think? And so guys, we've never done this before.
Yes, we have.
Crime. Well,
we've done this.
Not like this. Not like this. This is different. Because we're going to ask you. So if you're watching on X, you need to come on over to the YouTube channel, because I think the YouTube channel and Facebook are the only two places it's going to get picked up from for where we're streaming that. But we're going to ask you to hashtag something, and we're going to let it run for a little while. We're going to talk, and then we're going to let this random giveaway tool that StreamYard has pick the winner randomly. And shout out to Uncle Busta Show for showing me how this is done. But Miss Amanda, Optimistic Prime, is going to give away some butt tokens. And Amanda, you wanna quickly tell them what a butt token is and how many butt tokens you're giving away this evening?
Sure, and then I want to talk to Will too. Yeah, so butt tokens are the blue umbrella token. I was actually just gonna say, well, we have a channel on TextRP, and I was gonna give people 888 to onboard, but if they're gonna get double the M credits tomorrow, so then I should say wait until tomorrow to onboard, unless you want to extend that for the Dip a Toe show. But
I say on board, get on boarded, like get these people signed up with TextRP. You got them interested. Get yourself signed up. Set your trust line for the butt token. And
Will and I did talk about having like some kind of thing, like some kind of bonus for us too, to get people on board. So yeah, so the blue umbrella token is my meme token. It was created on February 29th. On the leap year date, because I believe we're quantum leaping into the golden age. And the image is a guy in a Guy Fawkes mask with a blue umbrella with the world burning around it. So it says a lot, but doesn't say a lot. And basically, it's my calling card for my humanitarian project, which is the Wandering Footprint. And it was a way for me to learn about AMMs and all these things like TextRP. In a way that I could use it where I wasn't going to be so worried if I messed it up. So that when we launched the XOM token, which was built on the XRPL November 11th, 2023. So it's been over a year that it's been sitting on the XRPL not for sale. So the blue umbrella token was my way of entertainingly learning all the factors, what worked, what didn't work. And so, yeah, I was on 2 shows. I was on the Schmeckles show last Friday, where they do giveaways. And then I was on XRP Boardroom yesterday, and they do giveaways. So I was talking to Melissa, and I was like, can I give giveaways on your show? And so we were trying to figure that out. And so here we are, and it's really exciting. And so I'll be giving Melissa's name on X is World Be Free 888. So it's perfect. I'm giving 888 away right now. And oh yeah, Twitch. That's Stone said it was Schmeckles' show is on Twitch. And so, yeah, so we're going to try it out, see how it works, and then hopefully make this a routine thing. So I personally think you should start off with doing hashtag TextRP, and then from there, do other ones throughout the rest of the show if you want.
Yeah. How many? So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 picked out, depending on how many you want to give away this evening.
It's just you. It's all time. It's all, I'm totally...
All right. Okay, so while we continue this conversation with Will and Optimistic can answer questions, I'm going to have everybody just start spamming the chat with hashtag TextRP and go. Just keep doing it and we'll see what happens. I don't know how, if our audience, we don't have as many people, but we're going to check it out. So
I think you might have to set it first. You have to set it. You have to put in the hashtag TextRP, and then it will read it. Because if people start writing it right now, it won't read it.
Okay.
Hey, Optimistic. I just wanted to say that I've activated 20 bonus M credits for first time wallet connects.
Yeah.
In your honor. You're welcome to share the link. But yeah, so everyone who connects their wallet for the first time until the stream ends will receive 20 M credits instead of the usual 10 M credits. So do it while you can.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. And we're going to totally, I was talking to Melissa today, we're going to totally get them on board soon to have a Dip a Toe show TextRP channel. So that'll be our goal this week, and get everybody on there too. And thanks so much. That's so exciting.
That's so exciting. So I'm going to add this to the screen. So we'll, I don't know if I can. So that's what you want to be. That's what you want to be spamming.
Yep.
TextRP. We're gonna
if you got a bot right now, if you got a bot right now that can sign up and like, share, and subscribe, and type in the text, you got a really good shot of winning the whole coup de grace right here.
Yep. This is our first one. Okay, so keep spamming it, and then in a few minutes we'll do the first one. So go ahead, Amanda. I know you had some questions in that. We're going to continue talking about TextRP.
Yeah. So the first thing when you were talking about the enterprises, so I think about Chad. So Chad is Phoenix Unchained. If you guys don't follow him, you should. He's not around very often because he's always doing stuff in the background, probably like you will for the past 4 years. And he has the blue collar dollar. And, you know, one of the aspects of his organization is shipping. And, you know, pardon me, for hopefully when we have this, you know, thousands of acre-hoods in my dream world of heaven on earth and Chad's running all the shipping, something like TextRP would be amazing because, you know, when it comes to shipping, you know, being able to move goods and services, have contracts, and then pay them in instant settlement, because we believe that sovereignty is instant settlement. So essentially what Will's saying is that you could set up contracts through this and have something where, you know, at the end of the contract, as soon as the product arrived at the next destination, the contract could be fulfilled right then and there, and you could have a conversation about it. So it would be an instant conversation, which allows for another level of sovereignty. So, you know, that's sort of the thing I think about as the, you know, I told Chad, I was like, dude, man, you need to know about TextRP. So I'm like really excited about that evolving. I also have, I put the link for the Opulence NFTs in the chat. I don't really know how to do that when I'm on here, so I did it before, so I'll have to scroll back. I did a link for the text trust line, TXT. And just so you guys remember, if you have the NFT, you need to have the trust line on the same wallet. I made my text trust line on a different wallet, and obviously that won't work. So please make sure you do that. Will, are you going to be on Stone? I have an actual question, but this is my like Cole's notes. Are you going to be on Stone's show in the morning? Because I did mention in the comments that if Peaky was around tomorrow morning and he showed up at Stone's space, you might be there, and that could be, you know, the issues. Anybody else who has issues, we could onboard there too. Are you free tomorrow morning to join Coffee and Crypto? Oh, you're muted.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I'll make myself available then.
Okay, awesome. So anybody who has questions, who needs help onboarding, running into any problems, we'll be there at Coffee and Crypto tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's 6 a.m. for me, and I totally make myself wake up and go, and sometimes I miss it because I'm still sleeping. So one of the questions I wanted to ask you is, so I'm having an issue with the encryption. So, you know, we had talked. So here's one of the things that Will had told me. So I have 2 channels, and they're obviously attached to 2 wallets. One's for the Wandering Footprint, and the other one is for the Blue Umbrella token. And so if I log in, because everything's encrypted, if I log into one, I don't have access to the other one. So he made a suggestion that I create myself as an admin on both. So that, you know, so I would highly suggest that if you guys create pages for your thing, that you make more than one person admin, because what he said is if you by accident block your own self, you never get it back. You can't get it back. So if you make another admin, like 2 wallets as admin, and so I could log in with my Blue Umbrella token and then still be an admin on my Wandering Footprint page, which would allow me to still be able to flip back and forth between them. Otherwise, I'm logging out, logging back in. Now, I never figured out how to do that. So I logged out of the Blue Umbrella token. I logged in with the Wandering Footprint. I now logged out of the Wandering Footprint. Now I'm back at the Blue Umbrella token. And it's like, sorry, you can't access any of your previous messages because they are all encrypted. So there's a button that says, you know, put in your secret key. Now, Will, I wrote down all of the 4. Like there's 10, once you put in your secret key, not your secret wallet key, it's like a password, just like you make up a password. It shows you four, like a series of 10 letters and numbers in 4 at a time. I still have that. Is this something like, I don't know if I put in a password, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. That was my first question. And then second of all, yeah, if you could just go over that. So for people that are in the situation like me where they log out, like what are the things you need to make sure? Because when you're doing texting and stuff, you don't think about encryption. You don't think about, you know, this is not in our minds yet in terms of like, oh, I might not be able to ever see my own text messages again. So I'm just curious if you could go over that aspect of it.
Great question. So I'll run you through sort of the user journey, right, of what happens when you log in, which is actually Why I do suggest that you use the desktop at least the very first time, and that's just to establish those encryption keys. And so what happens when you connect your wallet for the very first time is the system generates some encryption keys that are for you to keep on your device. That is your end-to-end encryption. That's what encrypts your messages. And so, yeah, it asks you, do you want to download it? Do you want to copy it or write it down somewhere? That's certainly something you want to do if you want to keep your messages. I personally don't care. I sometimes like to have kind of like a flush of my messages. So oftentimes I actually ignore that and generate a new set of keys. That's just my personality. Where now it's only my encrypted messages that get kind of burned, so to speak. It kind of serves as a burning mechanism for your messages as well, right? If you lose your encryption keys, those messages can never be read by anyone, right? Other than the other party. So here we are with the situation where you download your encryption keys, but then you signed in as another account, right? And so when you signed in as another account, on the mobile device, it tends to want to install it, like just basically save it on your phone automatically, right? Mm-hmm. And so there's sometimes a little bit of confusion when it comes to that. Now, if you set it up on your desktop the very first time for both accounts, then the verification is a very quick process where it's like, oh, is this you? And you go, yes, this is me. And you click on the other device. Yes, this is me. And then the keys are transferred then, right? And so you don't have to worry about uploading the code and everything. So the first time, if you set everything up on your phone, it's gonna be like that. However, let's say you set up on your phone for the very first time, and then you go to the desktop and you sign up with the same account. It's going to say, hey, wait a minute. And this is a security feature, actually. It's designed so that, if you have a session in one device, that, the other session has to be verified in order for you to view any of the previous messages, right? So if you set up for the first time on your phone and you open up a desktop, you go to TextRP.io and set up and connect the account there, it's going to ask you to verify the account. And then you go, yes, this is me. And then your phone might ask you, hey, we got a ping. You need to verify, and you verify. There's two options. Sometimes it'll generate either a QR code that you can scan with your phone, or it'll just do a set of emojis, right? Like a little set of heart, fire truck, heart, red dot. And then you go over here and you go, yep, heart, fire truck, red dot, red dot, red dot. Okay, yep, that's the same. They match. And once you say they match, then that session is verified. And then you're basically transferring the keys over to the other device as well. Right. And so my suggestion for you is to keep in mind that TextRP does operate a lot the way crypto operates. You do have to, there's a trade-off. When it comes to crypto, the trade-off is your money. It's insured because you gave it to someone else, and there are laws in place that will, hopefully ensure that you feel safe about them having your money, right? And so there are recourses. If you have a bad purchase on a credit card, you can call the credit card and do a chargeback, that kind of stuff. In crypto, we don't have those mechanisms all down in play just yet, right? In fact, a lot of it, that's why they call it the Wild West, is because you're trading off your freedom for your response, for responsibility, right? So in crypto, it's like, okay, yes, I get all the freedom, but I'm also getting all the responsibility, right? And the same thing goes for your communications, right? With TextRP, it's sort of the same thing. It's like, yes, you own your communication because you have this private key, but it's also that, we're not Google or Discord that can, look you up and go, oh yeah, here's your, we can reactivate your account, pervert. Because they're looking at your, so you're trading off that ability to not have anyone read your messages for that responsibility that you have to take on of storing your keys. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, so when it says, so when I logged in today and it wasn't working and I couldn't figure out the password that I had put in originally, and it says, I can't forget, do you want to delete or do you want to create a new set of encryption keys? If I do that, I won't have any access to any of my personal messages previously. Is that correct?
That's correct. And good thing you're still just starting out.
And yeah, right. That's why I'm having this conversation with you, because I only have 2 messages there and, one of them's you. And so is there any way, if I were like, imagine I was in a rush, which is what sort of happened yesterday. I was like, oh, I need to do this. I need to check it in. Because, well, even today when we were talking, and I was like, oh, I should totally get people to come to TextRP and help me learn all about my channels and stuff by giving away. And then I'll learn how to like airdrop, like you showed us that you can airdrop to people's wallets directly in TextRP. So like, I was just like, I need more people there so that I can learn this platform better and then, start learning. So I was sort of in a rush and I logged in and it was like, oh, you need to do this. And I was like, oh, darn it. So what you're saying to me is if I didn't do anything, I just left it because I wanted to talk to you first. If I were to hit give me new encryption, I have no way of getting any of those texts back in the future. Like that's it. That's done.
Only the texts that are the wallet to wallet encrypted wallets, messages. In the case of, say, like your Discord messages or your Twitter messages, those are not, I don't know if your viewership knew this, but Discord is not encrypted. And neither is Twitter, even though they are dabbling with it. But those are not encrypted. So we encrypt the messages internally, right? And so, but not in an end-to-end encryption way. So you're able to still view, say, your bridge your bridge. It's not like if you have your Discord message. Oh no, I can't read any of my Discord messages. Those are still there. The only ones that you won't be able to access are the ones that are the wallet-to-wallet chats that are end-to-end encrypted.
Got it. Okay. Also, sorry to interrupt. XRP key blinder. It's Stone, STONE _ XRP. Is it XRP or XRPL?
XRPL.
Stones. XRPL. So yeah,
it's right here. I'm just gonna put it in the chat.
Perfect. I don't know how to use the chat when I'm chatting on my phone. So, okay. Thanks so much. That's why I didn't go ahead. So I was curious about whether or not, sorry, my phone just went out or my light just went out and I'm in the truck. So all I got is my screen. Yeah. So I was just curious. So I'm glad I didn't go ahead. So I just need to find my, and so when you're doing that, when you're closing out a session, it says, do you want me, like, do you want TextRP to make your own encryption keys or do you want to put them in? And so that if you want to put your own in, that's just like a password essentially is right. Is like, if I remember correctly, you just have to create your own, a password or.
That's the keys that you downloaded.
And that's the group of 10 with 4 digits.
Yeah.
Okay. So then maybe I have it wrong because when I was looking through my book, I have the 10 whatever digit things. So when it says, please put in your security key from your previous session, and it's just like a blank thing. Am I supposed to put like is that where I put like the 4-letter numbers, space 4-letter numbers, or am I?
don't know. To be honest, I would have to kind of get a screenshot to get.
Okay, let's do it. Okay, thank you.
Where you're at, but at this moment, I would just go ahead and reset, and it'll just generate a new set of keys. You'll lose the first 2 chats that you had there. But it would be inconsequential at the moment. I mean, unless you really had some information that you just absolutely must have.
No, it's just our conversation.
Okay.
Our really good conversation.
No, you wouldn't get rid. You wouldn't get rid of those. No, we should burn those.
Yeah,
hilarious. And
Can
then
we?
Yeah, that's it.
Can we let these guys stop texting hashtag XRP and do the first one so we can start with the second one? Because I think I screwed up. But is that okay, guys?
please.
Let's do it. Let's see how this works. I'm hoping. So we're gonna draw. Who is it gonna be? Watch it be me or Simon. That'd be funny.
Better watch your mouth.
Yay,
Yay!
That's fantastic.
That's so
Okay.
exciting. Becky's the original co-founder of the Wandering Footprint. That's why she has my footprints. She was there doing calls like you guys, your show. We would used to do calls every Monday, and she was there for 1 year without anybody else. It was just me and her on our Wandering Footprint calls. So that's super exciting tonight. I think it's her first time here too. So and she's in Australia. So that's super exciting. Yay, and it worked. Yay.
That is fantastic. So so exclude winners when doing multiple draws. If you plan to draw multiple times for this, winners will be excluded so they can't win again. Okay, so that's probably where I had that checked and I screwed up. So I apologize. But everybody that did got one entry in, so it's not like you didn't get your entry in. But we're just learning with this whole giveaway thing. But so for let's say for the next 10 minutes, we're going to talk. And we're going to do the hashtag but, capital letters, hashtag but start spamming the chat. And I'm going to start it. I'm going to start it now. And then we're going to carry on talking.
You should, Melissa, let us know when you got 100% good to go starting before we have them spam, because just to see, Okay,
I've got it right now. So before I say go, so stop. All right, I'm going to hit start collecting comments right now. And then we're going to talk for about 10 minutes and 15 minutes. And then we'll draw. Okay. Does that sound good? So, and go. There we go.
Okay.
And I'm going to share. This is what you're spamming. That's what you're spamming. Okay.
Hashtag BUT. That's right. BUT. Get that butt token.
I love that we named it that.
That's, you know what I mean? Like, it's get that butt. Man,
yeah, I love that we named it that.
I'm so glad my wife is in the chat right now. She's helped me out.
So
there's always a but, right? And for me, I said they thought we were useless eaters, but little did they know. And so it's and I'm so excited that you're here, Will, at the same time. And thanks so much for doing that 20 M credits. Guys, I only got 10. So you're
I want to get in on this. I want to get on that. I got my phone. I got my Zaman wallet. So I'm your guinea pig, Will. So I want to do this now. I want to onboard myself to the TextRP. What's my very first step? I'm going to go to a browser. Yes.
Yeah. So you want to go to a browser and go to textrp.io.
Okay.
And you click on Connect Wallet.
All right. TextRP. Carry on with your thing, and I'll say textrp.io. Let's hope it works. Live on the Dipito Show. And it says, well, let's see. Text all your messages in one place, and then I just have to go connect now. I'm going to connect now. We'll see what happens. So carry on with the butt. Carry on with the conversation, guys, while I figure out what the hell I'm doing. Because now
I'm on Android. I hope you're on Android.
I am on Android.
She is on Android.
So far, I've got
no 30% fee getting taken there. That's just straight up freedom, baby.
But I don't know how to connect my my wallet. So
it appears that you've already logged in.
I wonder how that would be. Well, because I bought a launch pack. Could that be why? Because I already have a launch pack. I set a trust line or something, I think, already. So I'm in. I'm already registered?
Yes.
Well, all right.
We might have done this before, Melissa. We might have, I might have gotten you, no?
I didn't do it. But it's got World Be Free right in there. Like, I'm in it. I'm in it to win it. Interesting.
Now you have to join the Blue Umbrella Token channel. Blue Umbrella Butt.
All right. So do I just go to the left where it says a plus sign, right?
Well,
that's
you
creating
can
a space.
you can no that you can go to the search bar on the top, and
Yep.
you can search for, what was it? Blue Umbrella.
Blue Umbrella, but I'm pretty sure I did it the same as all the other channels. Capital. Yeah. Does it matter, capital or lowercase? Will?
Is that a group that you created, or is that a user?
Yeah, it was the public channel.
Oh, okay. All right. That'll help Melissa. She'll have the option of selecting people or public rooms.
Okay.
Public rooms.
All right, public rooms. Click that. Let's see here.
These links are also shareable. So if you set up a public space for, now we have spaces and we have rooms, and they operate very much the way Discord works. So a room can be a one-on-one chat with someone, or it could be a group chat. It can be set to private or public. Very soon we'll have token gating to it, so you can set up like, if you hold a specific NFT, you'll have access to that room. A lot of times, if you look at the other silos like Discord or Telegram, they have bots that handle verification. And they do that in a way where it's like you have to sign your Zaman wallet, come back. With TextRP, because your user ID is your wallet address, that will actually be a more seamless experience, right? Because it'll be done in the background automatically, all that verification, right? And so a space is a collection of rooms, much like how in Discord you have, Discord servers that have different channels. Well, in TextRP is pretty much the same way. So you have rooms and you have spaces, and spaces are collections of rooms. And you can set up a space and create rooms within it, or include existing rooms into it as well. And so you can create a space or a room, and then that room has a share link that you can share with people, and people can be redirected directly to that space.
That just reminded me. So earlier when you were talking about being able to text the owner, I was thinking like Dipito has a Blue Umbrella token NFT. And and I don't know, Simon, if you got if you got one. Did Simon get the Dipito one, or do you hold both of them right now? We need to make you one, Simon.
Yeah, I hold them. I hold them both. I have them both.
Okay. So I was thinking is that it's actually really interesting, because so does Stone, but he has the X meme one. And so what you're basically saying is that my platform now, my NFT collection now is essentially a calling card to each one of the people on its wallet. So essentially, hypothetically, somebody could go to the Blue Umbrella collection, click on the Dipito, and then send a message to Melissa through that. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Yes.
Thank you, Peaky Blinder. I didn't know that. You only need one hashtag entry for the program to pick up the entry. Multiple spam doesn't help or hinder one's chances. Well, all right.
I want to know how many people just threw their phone at that moment.
Well,
one entry per person.
But that's why, and that's where that's how they were doing it. So I'm searching and I'm not finding Blue Umbrella under the rooms.
Okay, just try. We'll do it later, but just try doing a space. Just do it Blue Space Umbrella. See if that works. If it doesn't, we'll figure it out. And thank you so much for trying. I appreciate it. And Will, I was wondering, is this something like this giveaway? Like you were talking earlier, poker night with watching IMU TV, or, let's say Dipito now is on IMU TV, so people go there. Is there a way, like, can we just plant this seed that we're, they're just figuring out this whole giveaway thing. I'm just figuring out this whole giveaway thing. Is there a way for you to to create is a widget or something like that where we could have something like this in a poker game, or where, spam the chat kind of thing and, get put into a spinner? Is that something that's available? Is that something that could be available for the future? Is that something that somebody watching this who is tech savvy could make a widget for?
So short answer, yes. But the long answer being, we don't have that available. But we do have such an open platform that anyone can really build a widget for TextRP. All it takes is to build a simple web app, and that can be done with React. There are a number of platforms out there that allow you to build simple web apps that can then be delivered on TextRP. So a widget, in essence, is sort of like a little frame where it hosts an application. And that application can actually talk to TextRP via our API. And this enables it to interact with the chat room in very creative ways. And in fact, more ways than I can really think of, because the use cases are limited by your imagination. So which is why the short answer to your question is yes. And then the long answer, yeah, anything can be engineered. Anything can be created if you put the time, resources into it. Yes, it can be done. Will we be the people who build it? Maybe, but also we invite people who are developers or aspiring developers to build some useful widgets, such as the one you mentioned that grabs the users of of a chat room and randomly selects them for some kind of prize. Absolutely, that's possible. It's just a matter of getting it built.
Gotcha. Let's pick the winner here. Let's go. Who is it? Who is it? K-Buddy!
Oh, K-Buddy! K-Buddy got the butt.
Dun, 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 dun. You got some butt. Everybody's got some butt. That's fantastic.
Okay, so
congratulations, K-Buddy.
In this situation, K-Buddy actually was writing earlier that she found me as Blue Umbrella, because that's my actual account, is called Blue Umbrella. So she found me as a personal account, but not my groups. So I'll make sure. So thank you all for telling me. This is the first time I'm learning it. So I will go and try to figure that in the next 24 hours. For now, K-Buddy, just message me on X at Blue Umbrella Butt and set the trust line. It's in the comments on the last post or second last post that Melissa put on the Dipito Show channel. I can send it to you in a chat too. And then I just need your address. And so then I'll send those right when I'm done here, when I have access to my own wallet again. And thanks so much for doing this. This is super fun.
It is super fun. And there is that other little contest that we got going on X, is that if you answer the question, they thought we were useless eaters, but and you have to finish the sentence in the comments and subscribe to the Dipito Show on X, you will also be a winner chicken dinner of 888 butt tokens. Huh?
That's what I'm talking about. That's a lot of butt.
Huh? That's a lot of butt.
That's a lot of butt. That's a lot of butt.
Huh? We like it. So, okay. So we've got, we're getting in here. I've got it on my phone now. I can see it. What I'm wondering, Will, is that if I open up, so I'm going to try to probably install like the app just so that it's like on my phone. And then will I have to have my Zaman wallet open every time I'm in this? Or once it's connected to my app, I can close out of the Zaman wallet? That's a question for Will. Or Optimistic, one of them. They both went MIA.
Sorry, I'm here. I was just trying to find out how to comment because Peaky Blinder is trying to ask Stone about his profile, and it's so I just wanted to type it in because he's not figuring it out. So yes, Trimera is Stone's. Anyways, what was your question again? Sorry, I was trying to.
Well, what I was saying was, so now I've got it on my phone, and I wondered if it's connected to my Zaman wallet. So what I did was I opened my Zaman wallet first, and then I went to my browser and I typed in the app.textrp.io, and then I discovered I was already signed up, which I don't know how, but I am. That was probably a little too many, one night when I was up doing stuff. But what I wondered is, once I've got this open, do I have to leave my Zaman wallet open too while I have this open, or can I close my Zaman wallet out?
You can close your Zaman wallet.
Yeah. So do I have to have it basically, if I start to go to it, it's gonna just tell me to sign in, right? Using my Zaman, and then I can close out of the Zaman wallet. Is that how I can expect to use it?
Yes, that's correct. And you only really need your wallet again if you were to perform any transactions in the future. So if you need to, for example, send some BUT tokens on our in-chat payments feature, you'll need to sign your wallet once again. Which is going back to why we selected the XRPL in the beginning. Is because of that extra security feature for yourself.
Very cool. Very cool.
And so you have a starter pack too. So just make sure that your starter pack is in the wallet that you're signing in with.
Yeah. Well, no,
right.
it is. And that's how I think I'm signed up, because I think I did like I had to set the trust line for the drop, and maybe that's how I ended up doing it without really realizing what I was doing, because I am a newbie. I would do all of this. Simon could be like the real, like, you haven't done any of it yet. Are you using Zaman wallet, Simon?
I am using Zaman. I have yet to get off my lazy crypto butt to go locate my password for my Zaman wallet. As some personal things, adventures that I took over the weekend took top priority. So that's where all my bandwidth went to.
Yeah.
So
no, I tell you.
Cool. This time I'm back home. I'm back in the crypto command center. It's time to get back in touch with my digital peeps and wallets and etc. But this is all making sense, because really, the wallet, what you're talking about there, Melissa, and what Will has explained, in my opinion, very well, and what Optimistic is just reiterating, is it's like a SegWit system almost, right? Here it is. Yep, I verified. Boop, boop. Okay, we're good to go. Kind of like some of our cold storage wallets are out there, where you have like a Ballet wallet's a great example of it, where you have the cold storage, but yet you have the app on the phone. And in order to approve a transaction, you have to have both devices in your hand same time and beep, beep, to do the deal. So that's kind of what you're doing, just to help people kind of visualize what we're talking about there, or what's being explained there. In short, or as another example, that's kind of what's going on.
Well, and Simon, one of the things I think a lot of people like you guys, so what I've noticed is, like, people like you and Melissa, who've been in crypto a long time, you learned how to, like, everything has to be secret. And so this is a whole learning curve to recognize that, like, my suggestion is to always have a separate wallet that you're doing all this stuff with, so that your big bag, or your whatever your holding bag of XRP is in a wallet that's not connected to any of this. It's separate, and even better, paper wallet. You just have your codes down on a paper and you never use it. But one of the things that I've learned through this process is, like, first of all, when it comes to your Dip-a-Toe account, I would definitely have a Dip-a-Toe account that's specifically for Dip-a-Toe, that you're connected, and you could even create a multi-sig so that both of you have access to it if you wanted to do that. You can also make it so both of you can sign the same transactions, and you don't need both of you to make the transactions, but just if something were to happen, the other person has the backup. And then when it comes to these things, what I've learned is, with the Blue Umbrella token, I have my issuer account, which, it's going to be burned. It's there, but it's not really there, quote unquote. Then I have my distributor wallet. I actually made another wallet for all of this stuff. But what I realized is that ultimately having my distributor wallet as the wallet gives validation to the distributor wallet. So in fact, I ended up moving all my trust lines from the project wallet over to the distributor wallet. So now, like when you talk to me on there, it is the Blue Umbrella token distributor wallet. And so all of a sudden it validates. I mean, it's sort of scary because all my Blue Umbrella tokens are in there, but it validates it everything. You know, you go there, you see it, you see the things that you see on X Magnetic, you know, like it's very clear. And so that's where I have all my NFTs. That's where and so, you know, this is something like when I was talking to Will the very first time, I was like, what do I sign up as? What do I use? And so I decided not to use my personal one yet. So I'm not Optimistic Prime on there at all. I'm just Blue Umbrella token with the distributor of that. And then I'm the Wandering Footprint, and that's the distributor of the XOM token, ironically.
So I have a question. So if you do have multiple accounts, and so now I've set up my TextXRP, my TextRP. I've got my my launch pack and all of that. Is that give me access to using one wallet to communicate? Or is it a per do I have to buy for different wallets that I have then? In order, so if I want to do Dipito and I want to do World Be Free, do I have to have 2 launch packs or 2 different accounts?
If you wish to have the master key, and so the launch pack is the master key, you would have to have a launch pack, at least one launch pack in the wallet that you use to log in.
Okay.
But hypothetically, you could just, I mean, if you really wanted to be really annoying to yourself, you could just move the NFT between each wallet every time you log into the other wallet, right? Ultimately, if you really.
Yeah, you could do that. Technically, you could.
I mean, I have 2, but I'm just saying, like, I mean, if you know, right now, like Canadian XRP is 430 or maybe 450 right now. So, you know, it does add up pretty fast if you're buying 2. So, but I'm pretty sure you can just transfer it over, but it's annoying. And,
right.
Or
but also, you know, just, you know, you don't need a launch pack to use TextRP. A launch pack is simply a master key to all the premium features. That means the ability to embed a lot of the premium widgets, the Discord bridge, the X bridge, any future features that we install into the TextRP. So it's just a master key to have all those features. That doesn't mean that you can't use TextRP if you don't hold the launch pack. So it's available to anyone, whether you have a launch pack or not. And so you can log in without the launch pack and still be able to perform wallet to wallet chats. You're still going to be able to set up a room and do all those basic chat features within TextRP. You'll know if you need a feature pack because you're good. Yeah. Well, I was just saying, you'll know if you need a feature pack because it'll tell you, hey, you need to hold this feature. You don't have this NFT.
So right now, like if I wanted to set up another Zaman wallet, which I need to do anyway, specifically for Dipito, set up, which I thought I already did, but apparently not. It's coming up as World Be Free, so I'm confused on my wallets, but that's okay. I could set up another one tonight, this evening, and get myself connected with the TextRP, and then that way I have it. And then, like Amanda said, if I decide that I need to use the feature pack if I made a mistake and it should really be, the feature pack should really be at the other, in the other wallet, I just simply move it to the other wallet and then I'll be able to do that. So then that way,
that's right. And that's the utility
crazy and you don't even want to use it anymore. You don't lose access to being able to use the utility of the pack that you bought, right? It's not tied
right,
to
right. And so, yeah. And so the TextRP launch packs and the feature packs, they serve such as that. It's basically portable digital certificates that grant you, a sub-license to the certain features of TextRP. That's just speaking technically, but basically it's a modular system. It allows you to unplug from one account, plug it into the other account, customize it as you wish, whether it's with the master key launch pack, or if you don't, you can just plug and play the various feature packs that you do want. And then when you're done with the purpose of that. You can either, you can get rid of it, you could transfer it to another account, or you can put it on the secondary market for someone who needs that feature.
And you know what I was just thinking? Two things. One, what I'll probably end up doing is when I get the airdrops that he's saying, like of the new NFTs, I'll probably give myself some of those so that I can, or like maybe the Wandering Footprint can have those when the Blue Umbrella token. But ultimately, you could add those to the giveaways. Is that like, one of your shows every month gets like, a TextRP. Like if you already have the launch pack and you don't need all the other packs, that when he ends up starting to send those out, you could add that to like a giveaway thing. So not only sell them, but as incentive. So that's pretty cool. Never thought about that till right now.
Yeah, and if you go to our website, txt.textrp.io, down at the bottom, there's a link to our Launchpack guide. And that explains the entire Launchpack program, and also specifically the way we distribute our feature pack. So, that was a conscientious decision to provide a benefit to Launchpack holders. This isn't a Launchpack that's something you just hold. And, we took measures to make sure that the art itself, the graphical, the graphics on the NFTs are visually appealing and unique in some way. But more importantly is the utility and the benefits that they provide. And so the utility being sort of serving as that master key that you can hold and access all those premium features, but also it grants license to our reseller program. So, the Launchpack holders are also resellers if they wish to, because we airdrop these feature packs to them on a one-to-one basis, right? So the more Launchpack you hold, the more feature packs you get airdropped. And then we want you to go and sell them. That's the benefit of holding a Launchpack. You hold the master key, you can choose to do whatever you wish to do with them, Amanda. So yes, you can maybe have set a few aside as giveaways or for any future personal use, or you could put them on the secondary market. And that's indeed what we want people to do, is to take those feature packs and put them out there into the wild.
Very
so
nice.
Exciting.
Yeah, though, but Lisa A said, so you need the future pack to get the airdrop of the TXT, the tokens, right? So that's
yes,
yes,
that goes to another benefit of holding a launch pack, is that our initial airdrop of the upcoming TXT token is we're going to have a snapshot on January 20th. And that snapshot will be for holders of our Launchpack NFTs, whether it's the Legacy or the Opulence Edition. It doesn't matter. We're going to take a snapshot of our holders, and we're going to airdrop them probably within a week afterwards, within that week, the first distribution of the TXT token. So to be part of that first and largest distribution of TXT token, you need to hold at least one Launchpack NFT.
Okay. And as long as you have the Launchpack NFT, before we continue on, can we do the next giveaway? I'm gonna share the screen.
Oh, two things. On top of holding a Launchpack, you also need to set a trust line. And you can set the trust line at txt.textrp.io. We have the links to set the trust line. We have the links to enter the app itself, and other, the links to purchase the Launchpack NFTs.
Yeah, that was going to be my question. Because when you buy it, you're not done then yet. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Hold on a second.
You got to type the words first. You got to type the words.
All right, start spamming the chat. Where you don't even have to. I guess you just one is enough. World Be Free 888 hashtag World Be Free 888. That's what you guys want to put in the chat if you want a chance to win the butt tokens, 888 butt tokens. So yeah, so because I bought my launch pack, I need to go then in and make sure that the trust line is set for that. for every wallet that I have a Launchpad in or pack in, right? So for those of you who just may have went out and just purchased a launch pack, make sure you look at the directions and set your trust line, right? Because that could see me do.
Always read the directions
Simon.
twice,
Yeah.
3 times, 4
Simon
times.
knows.
Read
He
the
tells
directions.
me, like, because I get involved in so many different things. I'm trying out. I'm dipping my toe here. I'm dipping my toe there. And then, life is moving really super fast for me. There's so many things coming at me at all different angles. And I would be the person that would buy the launch pack, forget to set the trust line, and then go, damn it, I didn't get my drop. I didn't, even right now, like I have to like slow down and figure out what's going on with the tipper faucet, because I should be getting these tokens every day, airdrop. My tipper faucet doesn't work. And so I just get frustrated and say, forget it. I don't know what the problem is, but I really need to address that, because I'm finding, as I'm talking to all these different people and all this whole network of people that are all lifting each other up, I'm missing out, because I could have, we're on the ground floor here, guys. And so if you're like me, I guess I'm telling myself, I'm documenting this on the Dipper Toe Show, I need to slow down and I need to have my own back and like make sure that my shit works. So don't be like me. Fix it. Fix your problems. Fix your problems.
So I have a question. So first of all, I wanted to say, so if Thunderbird, if you didn't hear, you can put in a couple times just to make sure that it gets seen, but you only get one. What's it called?
Well, Manway, that's your life. You want to put, you feel that makes you feel good to put World Be Free 1,000,000 times in this chat. You go right ahead, but it's only going to count one time. But if you want to do it 1,000,000 times, you go right ahead.
Oh, and TextRP Truth Seeker, no space between the 888. It has to be World Be Free 888 without the space, or it won't read it. And
let's go.
I wanted to ask another question, but I forgot because I was thinking. Somebody said earlier they could find the Wandering Footprint page, public page. So tonight, because we found out that you can't find the Blue Umbrella page, and I'll have to fix that for tonight. If you join the Wandering Footprint page, I'll do the same thing. So anybody who joins the Wandering Footprint page on TextRP, you will also get 888 butt tokens. And please be patient with me, because I'm just learning along with everybody else here. So thank you so much for letting me be part of this, because I've been talking to Will for 2.5 months, and it's hard to learn new tech, and it's so exciting to learn about it. Right.
No, we appreciate you, pretty much sponsoring the Dipper Toe Show tonight, and through giving out the free butt token. And the benefit is, you're getting introduced to the butt token, the Dipper Toe Show, TextRP onboarding into learning this new app. And so, I'm super happy, and we have 140 people in here. And if you just tuned in to the Dipper Toe Show, I'm practically begging, but I am begging.
You're not begging.
We're trying to get to 500 YouTube followers on YouTube. Last time I checked, we were at like 448. I know we can do it. Go over to YouTube. Please follow at Dipper. Help us out. And while you're at it, if you're listening on X, please follow the Dipper Toe Show at Dipper Toe Show. That would be fantastic if you guys could do that for us.
And before you close this World Be Free 888 one, please make sure, if you win, you please go follow World Be Free 888 on X. That's part of this, is that you will not receive your tokens if you are not following Melissa. Please go follow World Be Free 888. And Simon says _crypto and Dipper Toe and TextRP. Yeah. So that, we're trying to get, we're small. We're all small accounts, and so it would be nice if you share the love.
Yeah. All right. You guys want to draw? Let's draw. Let's do this. Let's do this. Draw it out. Who's going to be the winner?
As this does this, I feel like I should have like a square or something where I could put $1 on. Oh,
Thunderbird Video World.
Renee.
Huh?
Like
That's Renee.
this is like
Is this Renee?
like spin the wheel. You know, it really is like spin the wheel. Like I wanna see if on the back end we can see who's all entered, right? And then we could do a side bet.
Yeah, it would be
Well,
cool.
and also
We could do a side bet.
the next one you do it, just a reminder, if you are watching on X, this does not read X, this thing, it does not, it's not integrated with Twitter yet. So you have to come over to YouTube. So the next one they do, you have to come over. Anyways, Renee got me this. You know the necklace I wear on everything? Can you see it? That's like the Yahweh token is essentially my necklace.
Yeah,
This is Renee got me this. And
nice.
you know, she's actually she's reintegrating with her indigenous background. And so she's you know, she's sort of reigniting that part of her. So she actually, I was told her this week, I'm like, we need to set you up with an Examine wallet. So now she has the motivation. You cannot claim your butt tokens unless you have an Examine wallet. So I'm happy to help you, Renee, if you need help with that.
I'm digging it. I'm digging it.
You dig it good.
Yeah.
People are here tonight.
I just want to say the next one we're gonna do is Simon Says on the Skulls Crypto.
Whoa! You know what?
Let's
go.
What?
Hold up.
Did I do it wrong?
I have a bonus to throw in on this one because I know somebody.
Yeah?
I'm gonna throw in 6 XRP cookies on this one.
Woo!
Right here. Right? Okay. So if your name comes up, go ahead and email us at the Dipito. What is it? DipitoShow@gmail.com, because I'm gonna know who you are. Email us tonight if you win, like right here, right now. Just sign up from the show, email us. I won, and I'll be in contact with you one way or the other. Don't do it yet, Matt. You getting premium? Oh, are we doing it? Oh, it's already in. Okay. Yeah. Fire away. Go ahead. Type that long one out. Go ahead.
Type it out.
if your thumbs weren't tired already, type that one out. You go right ahead. Type it out.
I totally want this on the TextRP platform. Like I can just see playing poker. You know, people are in the chat watching because like that's what they've been doing lately. Is they've been actually streaming their conversation. So they're on whatever it is, the poker platform. They're having a conversation that they're streaming on X. So then, you know, those of us who aren't even in the poker game are talking and listening to their conversation. I can totally see this evolving to being on TextRP. So then some of us are watching the poker game. Some of us are, you know, just watching the streaming, the recent Dipito show or the IMU TV like songs or whatever. And then there's like these giveaways. Some brilliant person in the chat or who watches this, it's like, oh, I need to make that widget. I could make it in like 2 hours. They make a widget. All of a sudden we're doing giveaways. Anybody who's watching this, I'll say that anybody who's watching this, if you make that widget, I will absolutely donate a ton of butt tokens for you so that you can just give them away while people are doing their thing on TextRP. That'd be super swell.
Yeah, and you can actually
Peaky Blinder wants to know if you're hanging in there, Will.
Oh well, hey, I'm hanging in there, chugging away, chugging along. But yeah, you can experience that type of environment tomorrow night at the Stones Poker Thursday night. So if you follow him on Twitter, you'll see a link coming up soon, and that link will direct you to the TextRP public room where you can enjoy the game and the chat and some music.
Yeah, I wonder if I can. I want to try to share this, copy the link. I wonder if I can do it in here. I don't know, for people to set if you guys are already if you already go to if you're already on X, basically you know, go to this space and set a reminder for yourself so you don't forget. Can you enter this late? because I can I like pop in even if I'm an observer. Obviously, I probably won't play poker, but I'm super excited to figure out how this all works. You know, how you guys got this going on and how you've incorporated the TextRP, because I can't. Will, I can't wrap my mind fully around this. Like, this sounds so big, all of the different elements that you've put in to this one project, and having it all work together and bringing in other little pieces of things that are built on the XRP ledger. And it's just really incredible what you've built. And I want to ask you this. Are you a lone man, or do you have a big team? Like, you know, how many little elves are working around in the background there that we don't know about?
Well, it depends on the time in history, right? Because it all depends on the resources available. But the prototype I built myself, and that goes to show, by the way, you know, if you're not that into, you know, that technical, it really doesn't matter if you have an idea. There are plenty of platforms out there that are called no code platforms or low code platforms. Now, yeah, I do know how to code. I learned some at school, you know, but it's kind of, they teach you to code and say, yeah, but in your real job, you're not really going to use it. And that was true. So many years went by before I actually began coding once again. And I'm definitely at I would say the beginner level of things. So I built the TextRP prototype by myself using a platform called Bubble. And then which many people are familiar with. That was a proof of concept. So it's a great platform to sort of get your idea to a stage where you can at least test it out and see where you can go from there. So after I built that prototype and kind of shopped it around a little bit, you know, I got enough interest where I then started learning about the various protocols that we would be using. And so that was a lot of it was solo time. Both in the prototype and the design of the architecture and all that. Once that was built, then I put together a team. We had at one time about 6 individuals working on it to get the bulk of it. And so towards the end of last year, we had the product that you see now, right? Which was enough for me to go, yes, this is what people can see, people can use right now. It may not be perfect, but it's there, right? And it shows that there is true utility on the XRP ledger. You know, it's not just about speculating on the next meme coin. It's true utility that takes advantage and leverages the features of the XRP ledger, both as an identity management system, as a form of payment management system for us, and as a way to integrate NFT utility. So we are taking the maximum utility that we can, and we're squeezing it out of that XRP ledger, and we're putting it into TextRP. Now, oftentimes utility is not that sexy, but this is something that, you know, if you think of, say, a hammer, you know, a hammer is not sexy, but it's very useful. I'm so glad you're bringing up the hammer.
What does that even mean? It went over my head. I don't know.
Well, it means that it's not something sexy that you go ooh ah, right? But you know, when I looked at the space, you know, and I was searching for true utility, you know, I went back to my life and what I thought could be solved that, you know, irks me today, right? And so I saw messaging. Messaging is something that everyone does. It doesn't matter whether you're in crypto or whether you're my grandma. You know, everyone is messaging. And that is the one utility that everyone is familiar with. And so my idea of having a chat environment that serves all the services you need, not just DeFi services of the XRPL, but also other project services and even mainstream services. For example, I have an idea for certain widgets that could be brought in that leverage certain big company APIs. Man, I'm being too vague, but we have ideas for future partnerships that involve not just the crypto projects, but also more mainstream projects that can then come in and marry the Web 2 spaces with Web 3 capabilities.
Mm-hmm.
So I have so here's really quickly.
DeFi
I built an app.
DeFi goals.
DeFi goals. So this, I built the app, the Wandering Home Directory. I've had it for 4 years. It's exactly what you just described. It's proof of concept. Well, they told me this week that I'm not allowed to drop down to one to pay per month. So unless I come up with $1,500 for them by February 8th, my app is disappearing. And it's very, very depressing. And so, but we talked previously, my biggest problem with that platform is that the search function's shitty and all this stuff. So my question is for myself, but also for anybody else, because obviously with you in the picture now, anything I'm going to build should be able to be a widget in the TextRP platform, because this would eliminate a lot of my issues in terms of security and safety for the nomads and the wanderers. So I was going to use Bubble. Obviously, there's no way in hell I'm going to be able to do that in 3 weeks. But I mean, that's where I was going to start. Do you have any other suggestions in terms of, what somebody like me who is going to have to recreate something that would be useful inside of TextRP, who, like you, doesn't have a lot of coding background, that I could use? You have any suggestions on that, where I could start so that I could leverage your platform with what I'm trying to create with the directory?
I know that there are other platforms out there that are no code. Of course, once you're ready to serve up the application, you're going to have to upgrade to their pay plan, in order to pay it, and so unfortunately,
I'm fine with paying per month. They won't let me pay per month. They said I have to pay per year or I can't keep going.
Okay. Well, there are, and a lot of this depends on your skill level, right? The great thing, though, I would suggest is that, leverage AI, because a lot of what you think is beyond your skill set is probably not, if someone basically gave you a checklist, like a step-by-step guide on what to do, right? So yeah, I mean, you may have to go into a terminal and type out some code, but if you are given a step-by-step guide on what to type out or what steps to take, then you are likely to succeed in achieving that step or that task. So I would say leverage the AI and explore things such as hosting your own, getting your own VPS, right? So if you get a VPS, that's a virtual private server. It's basically, some storage, some server space somewhere in which you can, serve up your code, right? And then there are services like Replit that create, it helps you create, template using templates for your code, right? So you can use pre-made templates. In the case of TextRP, we have you can basically create what's known as a React app, which is just basically a web app, and it can do whatever functions you want it to do. So you could go to platforms like Replit. I think it's a good one. In fact, our test widget for IMU-TV runs on Replit, right? And so, once you're ready to deploy, it costs, you have to go into their pay plan. They have a pay as
Can you pay per month?
Well, they have a pay as you go plan. Actually, you can opt to pay for the usage as opposed to monthly. So if you're just running a test or you're not expecting a lot of traffic to begin with, maybe that's the way to go, where you can pay, just for the usage, of your web app.
I'm reminding myself right now that 4 years ago, there's no way in hell that I would have thought I'd gotten this far. And because you're talking and I'm sitting here like, no, I thought that I would have decoders and developers by now. And so the idea of doing it myself is just like, you've got to be kidding me. I'm 5 years in and I'm going to have to do it myself. But then I'm like, you know what? That's how everybody feels about crypto. My entire group, like the people that even won tonight, we sat there and we, Becky, who won first, she barely opens her exam and she's super intimidated. It's like it just takes practice, and it takes that, mental capacity to say, like, you can do this, like, you're fully capable. And so I appreciate all your messages. And Darla said, can you talk about what you need by the end of the week? You need, if you want to participate in the text airdrop, TXT airdrop, you have to have a feature pack. And I can send you the link for that, or you can go to text what's behind Will here on the screen, and all the links are there. And that's basically, he's doing an airdrop, the launch, the text. You cannot buy TXT tokens. TXT tokens get launched on the day that will go down as in infamy, January 20th. So that's when you get your text token. So I hope that answers your question. And thanks so much, everybody, for your positive words. And thanks, Will, for letting me know that those are some platforms that I could use. I appreciate that.
Thank you. And thank you for reminding the audience about the TXT token airdrop.
I'd like to wrap this up by 11. That'll be a 3-hour stint, a 3-hour dip-a-toe show. So how about we pick our last winner and then round out the conversation with some final thoughts. If anybody has any quick questions in the chat, please put them in now. Make sure you're following everybody again. The begging, please follow the Dip-a-Toe channel, at Dip-a-Toe on YouTube, at Dip-a-Toe on Rumble, Dip-a-Toe Show on X, and we appreciate it. Yeah, the 3-hour tour, XRP Truth Seeker says, yeah, we appreciate you coming to the show, guys. It really means a lot to us. So who's going to be the winner of the Simon Says Crypto?
I bet K-Buddy wins.
Can win twice, I guess, because I didn't make it so you could. Susan Rowland! All right, man. Huh? Congratulations, Susan.
Perfect.
You know
Susan, I already emailed Susan earlier today to get a shipping address. So not only does she get the she's
gonna get double cookies now.
Storage. She gets some bonus cookies that I'm throwing in the mix.
Well, oh my gosh, that's so funny. I forgot she won the cookies.
I want to say too, because it's fitting because Susan is one of our biggest supporters. She's always retweeting and liking and putting comments and stuff, and we really do appreciate that, Susan, very much. It means a lot. It means a lot to the Dip-a-Toe show, and me personally. You guys,
she's
I just
also a founder of the Wandering Footprint.
Of course she is. Huh? You only bring the best people along with you.
I only find the best people, man. It's true. And I'd like to suggest that you do the one last one and the last final conversation and do hashtag Dip-a-Toe, because you did everybody else. But I think that would just for the last one. But yeah, it's super, super exciting. We need more people in this chat. It seems like there's 153 people watching, but they must all be over on X.
They're all looking somewhere else.
The free people of the world typically don't go to certain platforms that shall not be named during this live, but you can do the math up over there, maybe over there, wherever you're viewing this.
I mean, that is the thing, is like there's so many different places that you can watch, and you want to make sure. So go ahead, start putting in there hashtag Dip-a-Toe. That's our last one. Good luck, everyone.
There's two.
Let's get this. Let's get some winners with this one. Dip-a-Toe, hashtag Dip-a-Toe. Let's go.
I'm just making sure it's keeping up.
Yeah, thank you.
I was a little hard to watch when it's down here, super small and half wide out. It's like, come on, give me a break.
Yeah. We need winners.
Give me a break, bro. Give me a break.
I just want to say, guys, I mean, with if you're not excited about being an XRP holder, being part of the XRP community, I know this show, like our Dip a Toe show, it kind of encompasses the whole space. We started out with explaining, wallets and tips and verbiage and things like that. We've interviewed a lot of different folks on our show over this past little over a year now, but the XRP community are something special. In fact, I've been listening to a variety of different spaces lately, and some of these new folks that are coming over from like Solana, some of the Cardano people are coming. They are mentioning what the ETH people are coming. They're mentioning what a super community that we have here. They're very impressed on how much the XRP community supports one another. It's just a different vibe, and I just want to give kudos to everybody that is an XRP holder that stood fast and held on and knew what they held. They remained calm the whole time. Kudos to people that are building on it. Will, I don't think you would have chosen XRP Ledger unless you saw something special and it had everything that you needed it to do. And so it's really exciting to see where we're going with this. We're finally starting to see a little bit of price action, which we don't normally talk about on this show, but hell, you got to be excited that we touched over $3 today. I think the last one time I looked and it was like 3.317. So
what is it right now?
That's a good question.
304.
304. So we'll see what happens. Somebody had said, I think it's going to hit all-time highs by the end of the day. And I have to admit, earlier today, I kind of thought it was going to do that. Now I'm not quite so sure. But, Fart coin is getting up there too, by the way. That's $1.26 right now. Who knew there was a fart coin? I mean, there's a lot of things you can participate in, but those of us that don't have a lot of money and we're putting a little bit, I think we've made the right choice. And man, I'm super excited. Will, is there anything else you want to tell that we didn't cover on this? I'd love to have you back sometime where maybe we can get Dip a Toe kind of set up where we can start doing this and like get in a room and like figure out all this kind of stuff. And I'd love to have you back to kind of like talk to us about it. And, but is there anything that you wanted to touch on that you didn't get the opportunity to?
Well, we actually covered a lot, and I really appreciate the time that that we took for this. I would say that one thing we didn't really cover was our burn mechanism for the TXT token. Oh. So there is a burning mechanism in which the revenue of TXT that comes in for the purchase of M credits, 10% of it will automatically be burned. And then 10% will be allocated for future lockups in the AMM pools. So in total, 20% will be, unavailable each time a purchase is made using the TXT token. There's also another burning mechanism on the reward side of things. So what I do is I encourage people to read our white paper at txt.texrp.io. We also have an infographic available that we'll post on Twitter periodically. We'll post it again tonight. That just gives a better graphical representation of the reward mechanism, how that works. So again, just thanks for your time. I just wanted to say that, when it comes to the launch pack NFTs, both the Legacy and the Opulence edition, they're not just NFTs. They're not just art. They're access tokens. They're a master key to all the benefits and features of TextRP. They're access to the airdrop of the TXT token. And, they're available. There will be available throughout the year until we actually turn on the engine for the rewards mechanism. Once that happens, we will actually stop minting of any future launch packs, and we will burn any unsold launch packs. That will basically be it for launch packs. And so get in on it now, getting on it before the 20th if you want to be part of the airdrop, because they do unlock a range of benefits, and there's a lot of community engagement that's starting to pick up on TextRP. And so for the remaining time of this stream, I'll keep it open for 20 bonus 20 M credits for first time wallet connects. So if you've been hearing about TextRP and have been considering exploring it, now's the time to do it. You have until the end of this stream for the 20 M credits on login. So thanks.
And if you don't make it in right now, you can come to poker night tomorrow, and Bill's gonna do it again for Stone's poker night tomorrow. So if you don't make it in, or are you gonna say, Melissa?
I was gonna say, can I get a 5-minute grace period after I hit the end button so I can create my?
It'll take me a little bit, but yeah, I'll be shutting it down after the stream.
Yep.
Man, thank you for doing that.
Yeah, we appreciate that. I hope you guys took advantage of it. So for the drop for the people, is there, do we know what the drop is going to be? Is it like a certain amount that's just going to be spread across the pack holders, launch pack holders?
Yeah, so it's going to be in proportion to how many launch packs you hold. We have 10% of the total supply allocated to airdrops, of which the larger portion will be for for this initial one. There's going to be subsequent airdrops, but I'm not going to get into the details of that. But there will be some smaller scale airdrops following the initial airdrop. But the point is, what I would suggest is that even if you don't have a Launchpack NFT, maybe now's the time to set a trust line regardless and connect to TextRP. Hint, hint.
Hint, hint. Do it now. Great, great, great. Okay. Should we pick our winner so that we can go to final thoughts and try to get out of here? Dip a toe winner. Who's it going to be? Dun, 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 dun.
I love doing this. Thank you so much.
Hold on, can I do
Lisa
it?
A. Woo! Hello, Lisa A. I just slipped in there, Lisa.
So Lisa, just message me at Blue Umbrella on X, and I'll be sure to send you those. And if you need any help, I'll be happy to help too. So thank you for all of you for being here. While I was wondering if that was my music or it was yours.
No, it's mine. I'm a DJ,
yeah, okay.
Man. I got buttons all over.
What happened is earlier,
I'm like, I gotta hit a button.
Yeah, no, it was great. Earlier, I thought you were playing music, and then I realized it was my own in the background. So I was like, oh, wait a second. Yeah, thanks so much for letting me do this with you guys. You know, this is the very first time I've ever. Yesterday, when I offered XRP boardroom it was the very first time I'd ever done anything like this. You know, I've really been scared to shill my shit. Like, I don't like leading people on. And, you know, that's one of the things about this price action that's really nice is that, you know, for 4 years, I've been telling people about XRP and XLM, but I didn't want to lead people astray. And so, you know, I sort of like made these TikToks and I said, you know, like, I don't know if I'm right, but you know, these days I feel like, you know, we're right, guys. And it's just so empowering. And so I feel a lot better with sharing my stuff and like and I have more utility and I know the people who can teach me the things I need to learn. And, you know, your channel has just been so integral to that. And I just love you guys so much. And you're just like the best. And I'm just so glad I met all of you. And all the people here supporting. And Will, like, thanks so much for building this and believing in yourself and persevering, and whatever, wherever you're from and your story and what got you here. Like, I know that nobody's here without a story, and nobody's here without some suffering. Ultimately, none of us got to the XRPL without some serious suffering over the years. And so thank you so much for all that all of you do. It's really an honor to be on this stage with you, and I can't wait till next week. And I hope that we turn this Blue Umbrella token giveaway thing into a real, into a consistent thing. And one day soon, I'm going to convince you to make a token.
It's in the works. It's in the works.
Okay.
It's in the works. Will, final thoughts? Muted. He's muted. Sorry.
Hit the button. Hit the button, bro.
Once again. Just thanks again for the time and the opportunity to share TextRP with everyone. And if you want to learn more, you can go to our TextRP SMS on X. Tonight, I'll be spinning up a live stream of various videos that we have. It'll run for about 3 to 4 hours. And it'll just, it's a playlist of the various use cases that we have. And just, if you're interested in just learning more about TextRP, the TXT ecosystem, and our various features. So thanks again.
Thank you. Simon, final thoughts.
Oh, man. Honestly, y'all need to go back and watch this again, because Will.
I'm going to.
Will is 100% right. There was a lot of information dropped, a lot of information. I mean, Will, really, really awesome of you to come on the show and share your project and what you have built. Also express what real utility is. I didn't get to talk about the hammer, but dude, price never equals utility, right? Never does, right? There's a lot of utility there, fam. So like, really go back and listen to that, and join TextRP. Sorry about that. Join that, because this is cell phone 2.0. Okay, what that is right there, like Melissa was talking about long distance and paying for things. Dude, I remember paying for minutes. I remember when you can only, if you had a cell phone, you could only call another person within that network. If you didn't, you got taxed. You got charged, a good deal of money. This is literally the same, the same thing, So a lot of information there that covered a lot of things that we've covered on this show in different contexts, but the practices and the principles are the same. Not your keys, not your coins, not your keys, not your messages.
Yeah.
It's really on you. This isn't for sissies, right? I mean, like, we are like our grandparents or our great grandparents, the Great War or post World War II, right? They had to bring everything together, and they've built what we have in all the countries all over the world, where we're doing that digitally now. That's who we are. So we have to learn. We have to keep going and growing. So I guess that's my final thoughts. Keep going, keep growing, and it's all about utility, because that's where the real value is.
Amen to that. I thank you, Simon, as always. Wise words. There was one person that answered the question on X for the Optimistic Primes giveaway. So they thought we were useless eaters, but Amanda, XRPL,
That's Stone's girlfriend. Yeah.
We grazed upon the land and became the richest and fullest of them all. Huh?
Love it.
There we go, Amanda.
Man,
congratulations.
Amanda, and didn't we break the news to the world? Proof of life.
We did, and
you did
on the different toe. That was excellent.
The same night Amanda was on, James was on, which was a really big deal too. That was New Year's.
We got two.
Yeah, proof of life.
Will,
and also, before you go,
if you have a significant other, but the world doesn't believe you, bring your significant other on the Dip and Toe show. We'll break it to the world. It says, look, proof of life. So
She's here.
kind of an inside joke.
She's real.
Yeah,
Well,
James never gets to
I'll have to fly her down from Canada.
Okay.
Well, we got people in Canada. We can have
Huh?
someone just meet up at the coffee shop, do a live stream camera right there. No problem.
Mhm.
No, I promise you, she's real. She works with Huskies.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Very
Oh,
nice.
that's
Yeah,
cool.
totally. When she's not a model, you know.
Well,
No,
She's
I
a
actually no.
Will-
My significant other is in the other room. She's my wife, and we've been together for 12 years now. And
right
very
on,
happy-
man.
very happy to
Congratulations to that right there.
Congratulations, Mrs. Will TextRP. We thank you so much for coming on the Dip a Toe Show and spending 3 hours of your time with our audience. To everybody that came out tonight, we appreciate you. Congratulations to all of the winners. Please, on your way out, be sure to hit the like button. Go follow us on at Dip a Toe on YouTube. Get us up to those 500 followers, please. It would be awesome. And we will see you back here next week, 8 p.m. Same time, same bat channel. Have a good rest of your night, guys. Love you all. Talk to you later.